Okie dokie. Hmm. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Alrighty, let's go ahead and just dive on in right away, and holy cow, okay, so this game's most likely gonna be very long. Not entirely sure if I should skip the draft, but you know what, I'm gonna have to think here. Do I skip the draft? Alright, I know okay, so this is a 3-game set series. I do know that this one is at least an hour long. So I'm trying to figure out if I should skip the draft on this or not. You know what? Let's just go ahead and skip the draft. So I'm gonna go ahead and transition this over. There we go. A little bit of a slower Luma wipe. Let's go ahead and just speed on through all of this. Okay. Well, this isn't too bad. I'm just gonna slow it down just a tad bit so I can figure out what's happening. This is a really good song. Okay, so let's see here, Dragonite. Okay. Looking at this, I'm probably thinking that the Dragonite's going to be in the off lane. So he's going to be matched up with the Ursa, Razor will be in the off lane with a Clockwork 4 and a Lich 5. Oh, Enigma. Okay, so that changes things a little bit. It might be, well, actually not too much. Dragonite could possibly be in the middle, leaving the Enigma to be at a 3, but that leaves him matched up with an Ursa all alone in lane. But you don't have to contest too much. Well, maybe they are actually content with leaving Ursa to be free, so. Alright, so just to give you guys a heads up, this is PSGS versus Results-Oriented Thinkers. This is from last week's matchup for the playoff series. It was a 3-game set, so I don't know the results. I do know it's just 3 games, so we're going to be in here for quite a while. Alright, looking for a very strong mid matchup, so it could be a quad, it could be something else. You know, I do have the luxury of looking at the heroes, but given that this is game 1 and I kind of forgot already the lineup, the only thing I remember was seeing a Dragon Knight. So, okay, this is interesting. And so they're more or less like trying to hide their picks, because you couldn't run Snapfire as a mid hero, but given the current meta, Snapfire is a really bad idea. Oh, okay. Select your hero. Make the ultimate choice. Alrighty, so as soon as we got all of that all set up and so forth. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Alrighty. It's not looking too bad. Alright, so let's see here. If I was to make a guess, I haven't casted a PSGS game in a very, very long time. Did I even tweet out that I was covering this? I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah, I did. Cool. Oops. Should probably do that. Go fast. Nope. Don't want to do that. I want to do this. And I want to do that. And go over here. And be perfectly fine. Okay. Alrighty. Alright. I am just taking guesses here. Given lineups. So let's see here. Let's take a look at PSGS. I am guessing that Shackleford is going to be a 5 with Jamokin down in the safe lane. Magic Gotti would be an Enigma all by themselves with Snapfire and Dewippa in the off lane, and Dedicated is going to be the mid. But there is a very good possibility that they can go ahead and do an aggressive tri-lane to go ahead and give Enigma the safe lane to be all alone. And that way he gets his experience and so forth, because the lane would naturally push into his tower. You also have, like I'm saying, Dedicated should be most likely the mid player with the Dragon Knight. Like I said, it's been a while since I casted a PSGS game, so here we are. Anyways, we got Kenny on the Lich for the Thinkers. We also have Johnny Magic on the Razor with a different Johnny Magic? Okay, so we got Johnny Magic 1, and then we got Zro. We'll go with Zro or Zed. Or Zed. Yeah, let's go with Zed. On the Medusa, most likely going to be their mid player. We got Growdy on the Ursa, and we also have Allmother playing the Tinker. That is not a Tinker, that is a Clockwork. God dang it. Anyways, let's go ahead and jump into the game real fast, shall we? You know, this is what happens when you wake up in the morning and go, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and cast some Dota, like right off the bat, and not even think about anything. Let's go with free camera. I don't need no directed. Yeah, no, that's not what I want to do. Find me a Dusa. There we go. Right, so we do see. Oh. No, we do see Dusa most likely being the mid player for obvious reasons, mainly with the Observer War. But if we swap on over here, and a whole lot of line drawing, some of the things that I've been noticing in AD2L is that some of the teams would go ahead and group up together as 5 and try to run down mid ASAP. And they usually use a smoke, so that way they can go ahead and put down the ward right away without being detected. So, okay.
30 seconds to battle. Let the countdown begin.
I'm not entirely too sure, but it kind of looks like the Snapfire will be the mid, given that she has a Blightstone and a Salve. They are smoked up, so they can go ahead and try to hide their movements as best as they can. They don't know that they're on the high ground just yet until this very moment. So it looks like we're going to have a first blood in this Lich. They're going to go ahead and use a little shredder right away. They stunned up the Medusa, and Zro looks like to be the second victim here. Great body blocks from Dedicated. Out comes the Mystic Snake, but nothing to be too afraid of. So a quick first 2 bloods, and this one's going to be the long game, folks. So strap on in. All right. Not entirely sure. Okay. Oh, nice. They did drop a ward behind the lane. So that's really neat to see sometimes. So Dedicated's going to have, I wouldn't say a large challenge in front of him. Or her. I don't know the, I don't know the gender of the player. And hello, guys. Alright, just to remind everyone, this is a replay of a 3-game series. It has not been casted as far as I know. I don't know the results, and I don't know the heroes from the drafts and everything, so it's going to be very fun. The only thing that I know is that this one's going to be an hour long, and the other ones are a half an hour apiece, more or less. So we're in this for the long haul. Okay, so from the looks of things, Zro's going, having a decent lane. It's very important that this Dragon Knight went ahead and grabbed himself at least 1 level of Dragon's Blood. Not entirely sure how he's going to go ahead and recover in lane more or less against a Medusa who's going to be throwing out Mystic Snake all the time. Mainly for the fact that he first scaled the Dragon Tail. Like right off the bat, so they can go ahead and get a first blood and a second blood after that. But Okay, so he is opting for a second level of Dragon's Blood. I was kind of thinking they might have gone for a 1-1-1 build, mainly so he can go ahead and at least secure some last hits, but he knows that he's going to be fighting an uphill battle against a Medusa. So the water runes are out. It is past the 2-minute mark, so it's going to go... Oh, okay. It's going to go ahead and just give himself some advantage there, but in doing so, he is sacrificing a lot. I mean, like, the rune control is really important for various reasons, but when you have a Medusa in lane, you kind of sort of want to make sure that you give yourself the best shot at controlling the lane, and controlling the lane would fall under, like, making sure controlling the runes and so forth.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Okay. So he's not doing too terrible. I mean, like 7-6, 9-3. He's doing a good job on the last hits and the denies. Experience-wise and so forth, he is having an edge. But giving up 2 water runes leaves the Medusa to be like, hey, I'm going to stay in lane. But it's really nice to see how he's going to be aggressively running at the Medusa. And ran back in for the deny, so... Anywho's. Let's go ahead and take a look at top lane. And I missed that. Oh, no, bottom lane had the kill, but we have... Oh. Okay, so it was up here that I missed both kills. Okay. Alright, so we got Grouty and we got Kenny. Let's see here. So it was a pretty good exchange for them. You know, they got 2 kills directly onto the Ursa, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, they both went to... Both of them went to the Lich, so it's not too bad. I mean, could have given up to the Ursa there, but it's alright. So this lane kind of feels a little... I'm not going to say one-sided. Kind of feels like there's a lot to be desired for. Oh, Kenny, you could have done the puppy pull. But it's okay. It's important for him to go ahead and drag the lane backwards just a little bit and try to deny it the best that he can. So that way, it looks like it's possible that... Oh. He's not going to go ahead and try to deny that. Okay. But Magic Gotti and everybody else is going to try to deny that. So Dog Ripper most likely just running around, trying to see if he can get that pull off. And so it is important for the Ursa to be farming back here rather than up front. Goes ahead and puts him in a lot of safer positions for farming. For obvious reasons. And, you know, you want to protect your core as much as you can. But given how you have a Lich, you know, and an aggressive build, as one can see. You know, 1 point in Frost Shield and 2 points in Frost Blast. Not something that you don't see untypically, but it is an aggressive Lich build, and it's kind of funny to see Liches in this game nowadays in this meta, but it's still a fun little support. Okay. Not too bad, not too hilarious. Well, not too hilarious. I mean, like, not too bad. It's just... Ooh, Daw Ripper with a little Shredder. Gonna go ahead one-on-one with Kenny. Oof. Daw Ripper, man, like... little Shredder with Blightstone. Still effective as always. You know, it's just... it hurts. Alright, let's see how Jamokin's doing over here. Jamokin's not doing too bad against Johnny Magic. Oh, out comes the... Oh, God, the static link. Alright, getting a lot of free last hits here. Oh, Jamokin probably doesn't feel too hot right now. If they are going to be diving, this is the place to do it, and they're able to go ahead and do so. Kind of feels like Shackleford wants to go ahead and contest this and try to get something in return. You know, the Inkswell was a very, very nice play, but you're going to get nothing out of it. So it was a nice attempt, but nothing in return. You know, it wasn't that terrible. Jamokin probably would have felt better if he went ahead and TP'd back or TP'd under tower and tried to use his laning partner as bait and probably got a return kill out of it. Not entirely sure. Very close on the Dragon's Breath there. 1208. So it kind of feels like, not kind of feels like, but it actually it kind of does feel like, oh, he is. My gosh, this Dragon Knight is on point. Even though this Medusa has 21 last hits, there are 12 denies, so he does have a very large, substantial experience lead over this Medusa. Just looking at the last hits and denies, the only thing Dedicated needed to do to really solidify having a really good lane is that even though he has 4 points in Dragon's Blood, I would have liked to have seen like 2 points in Dragon Blood and 2 points in Breathe Fire, or at least 3 points at this point, at this stage. Really try to put down the pressure on this lane and just absolutely just hammer this mid lane tower while also farming the side camps there. Okay, I think that would be better for him. Alrighty, just looking at how Jamokin is farming so far, I mean, 10 denies, 30 last hits. I mean, he's on par with the with the Ursa right now, and actually 1 last hit ahead, which is actually something that you can really look at and be like, oh, that is very neat. So we're 8 minutes into the game, and we're gonna go ahead and take a look at net worth real fast. Ideally, this is not where you want to be if you are the Juggernaut, but given out comes the plasma field. There's a chain link, and oh my god, the battery assault is just absolutely wrecking Shackleford. And in return for being a little too aggressive and out of position, he does go down. Same thing goes with the Enigma being murdered all the way back here in the and that just feels a little odd. I mean, is put into an awkward position. The Whipper still trying to run him down, and you know, that little shredder, I mean, it just ruins so many. Ooh, got the pull off just in time, and that's also stacked. The Whipper is doing a great job with the stacking there. So hopefully, oh, nice little Malefice there to go ahead and harass the Lich. Mech is in, Various Trinket and Mech is in order. Okay, good. So that's pretty neat. We're going to go ahead and just run on over. So Enigma is pretty much setting themselves up for a very good game, as far as I can see. The same thing with the Dragon Knight. Ooh, I really thought he was going to go for a Meteor Hammer, but instead is going to be opting for a Mjolnir from the looks of... not Mjolnir. A Maelstrom from the looks of things. Okay, out comes the Mystic Snake, trying to deny. Oh, and got the deny. Oh, 2 points in the fire, in the Breath of Fire. The Breath of Fire. Nah. Breathe Fire. God damn it. It's just one of those mornings, I swear, folks. It's one of those mornings. Alrighty. Okay. So Medusa's not doing terrible. I mean, like, being number 3 on the net worth chart is really, really nice. But we haven't checked in on the Ursa for a little bit, so let's run on over that way, shall we? Okay, phase boots. We do have an Ogre Axe. I believe there's something on his courier, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, going and opting for Assange. Oh, and that was the great draw for him. A possessed mask? Oh my. You want to talk about having a great drop for yourself. That's what you do. You kind of beg and play the RNG. Ooh, and the Whippo went ahead and just annihilated this Lich. Okay, that's good for them. Okay, he's going to be continuing with the stacks. Okay, so that's going to give him a 3rd stack of Ancients right there. Gonna go ahead and try to convince Jamokin to be like, hey, we got 3 stacks over here for you. Come on over and take it. So we're gonna be playing a little game of lane shuffling. Oh, a lot of D word from Allmother. Okay. We do have the Juggernaut farming in the jungle. Finished off the Maelstrom. It's going to put some pressure on this Ursa. The Ursa's not too threatened at the moment. He does have a hook shot lined up, does Allmother. There it is. And in comes the Earthshock. And I believe this is going to be a very dead Dragon Knight. No need for the Oh, and they... Oh, that is just sadness. No need for the TP in from Kenny, but was there for the kill secure. But unfortunately, nobody gets credit for the kill but the tower. So everybody gets to share gold. It's not the nicest thing to see, but hey, that's what happens sometimes. Okay. Alright, so we're seeing a lot of rotations going on in the lanes. We're seeing the Whipper trying to control runes. And so that way this Medusa doesn't... Well, I mean, like, this Medusa didn't really have the most exciting lane or best lane. Without having that tower to protect her and the triangle, it makes farming a little bit more difficult. But not entirely that difficult, as long as you go ahead and have eyes over here. But that does expose you to smoke ganks. As long as you have some good positioning and knowing where to go ahead and try to put yourself in lane as you farm, you'll be okay. So a diffusal is in order. That's really nice. It's good. Okay. We have Magic Goaty here. Oh, doesn't have enough mana for Black Hole. A whole entire 120 mana off for it. Well, actually, I can't do math. 144, but... Ooh. Nope. Here comes the hook shot from Allmother again onto Dedicated. Dedicated throwing out the Breathe Fire. Snapfire in the back lines with a DeWippa. Mortimer's Kisses. Missing everything. Out comes the Dragon Trail to go ahead and put this man in check just for a little bit. Oh, and the Inkswell missing. And man, Shackleford was able to go ahead and get that kill. Oh, and Gotti with the Black Hole onto 2. Did not care whatsoever about the Chain Frost. They both stood there and just took it like a champ. Oh my. Oh, and Allmother had to go ahead and just escape barely. Oh, talk about having the bad feels, man. All in all, you had to give up the tower for that as well. Oof. Like I'm saying, it's a feels bad moment, but not entirely, given that this Razor has a Yules in mind and has Boots of Travel. Oh, wow. The offlane must have been okay. Oh, Dedicated sticking around for a little too long right there, but was able to go ahead and at least avenge his own death by getting the clockwork. Oof. Allmother probably not entirely too happy, but thankful that Grouty was there for the cleanup at least. Dedicated overextending himself in the lane. Oh, here comes a cookie. Out comes a little shredder. They do have a little bit of broken armor onto Johnny there. Johnny quickly moving out though. Would a level 3 Maleficent do anything there? I don't think so. I mean, they needed at least one shot of Scatter Blast, I think I want to say. I mean, DeWipper is doing great. Almost has Solar Crest. I kind of feel like maybe Orada Vatos would be good. Without having too many reliable stuns. I mean, that's what it kind of looks like at this point. Like, you really do need a reliable stun other than Dragon's Tail. Like, I don't know. I just kind of feel like Rod of Ados would do a lot this game. Because, like, given how little Shredder is, I know it's not going to be as impactful if it didn't have the medallion. But getting a Rod of Ados right away onto, say, a Medusa and forcing out the gaze, I think will do a lot for your team. Okay, so Clockwork throwing down a Spirit Vessel so they can go ahead and take care of this Dragon Knight in fights. Same thing with a Juggernaut, but how useful is the question. Razor and Dragon Knight seem to be locked in horns with each other. Oh, here comes a hookshot from Allmother, interrupting their one-on-one duel. Oh, there's Kenny there to do some backup. Dragon form is out, but it's not going to be lasting too long. Out comes the Mortimer Kisses. Ooh, there's the Inkswell from Shackleford, but again, not in the greatest position to go ahead and take on the Razor. Jamokin, on the other hand, has been quietly and surely focusing on getting this farm. Now, when you take a look at the net worth, he's doing a relatively okay job. Diffusal is what he had made, and it kind of feels like it's a bit of a mistake here. If you're going to be farming in the jungle, I think they would have had it better invested if they just ran with a Battle Fury. Diffusal seems to be one of those items that once you build it, you just have to run at the opponent. It's not something that you can go ahead and be like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and just stick in the jungle and just farm. You know, if everything relies on the Juggernaut, get the Battle Fury. You know, you're running a little bit behind. Oh, and opting for a halberd. Okay. Oh yeah, against Ursa and the Medusa, that makes a lot of sense for various reasons. Okay, so it wasn't going for a Sanjanyash. Oh. Given how aggressive this lineup is right now with the Razor, I think the mistake on PSGS right now is not asking Jamokin to come on in and do some fighting. I mean, he is pretty strong at this point. Like, take a look at his level. He is level 12. He's been uninterrupted in a lot of his farming. And all these single player pickoffs is just absolutely detrimental to how their lineup can run right now. Jamokin is strong on the Juggernaut right now. Like, he has a Sanj, he has a Diffusal, he can go ahead and have a fight. They do have the Black Hole available. I'm not entirely sure where the hesitation lies. Oh. I believe I found the hesitation. They're going to be aiming for this Roshan. They feel they can go ahead and sacrifice that tier 1 that they did, so they can go ahead and grab themselves a Rosh. Alright, the flare is in. They're going to go ahead and... Excuse me, sorry. Damn stutter in my brain. They're going to go ahead and opt with the drag. They're going to go ahead and confirm. No, they're going to opt. Oh, they opted to go ahead and get away from... Oh, from the Rosh. Oh, you needed eyes. You needed eyes. Oh, out comes a Dragon Tail. In comes a hook shot. They got Jamokin. The gaze is out. The static link is applied to Greedy. Oh. Into the Jamokin, I mean. Sorry. Oh, and they could not get the Black Hole down at all. The Inkswell does finally come out. Here's the Omni Slash. It's not too effective at the moment against the Medusa and Grouty. Oh, Johnny in the back lines. He's going to go ahead and avenge his Lich and Clockwork by getting the Dragon Knight. Oh no, Shackleford all by lonesome self under the mid-tier 1 thinking, oh, what had happened? What went down was bad. Ooh, there's a Manta and a Mask of Madness. Yikes. Alright, so now we know the Medusa is pretty large. You know, you let her freeform all alone. It's bound to happen. You know, if you're going to invest in having a Juggernaut freeform as much as he did in that span of time, you know, a Diffusal Blade is marked for, hey, let's go ahead and fight right off the bat. So Battle Fury would have been probably a better investment. And not only that, they're losing a lot. They lost the mid-tier 1. They sacrificed their bottom tier 1 as well, so they can go ahead and get Roshan. Backed away at the very wrong moment and gave it up for free. And losing a team fight 4-0. Well, 4-2, but... You know, the 4 that you gave up for the 2 was not a good investment. You gave up 3 cores for none of theirs. So, for right now, Grouty and everybody else seems to be in good spirits at this point. Okay, the Skull Basher is in effect. Not yet, sorry, it is being made. God, it is one of those mornings, I mean, like, you have so much fun going, okay, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and cast some Dota this morning, and yeah. Well, actually, for me, it's the morning because I just woke up like less than an hour or 2 ago. And it's almost midday, so oops. Anyways. Alright, so I kind of feel like the Dragon Knight probably is having some issues and trying to figure out what he needs to build, but Halberd seems to be also on his mind. Solar Crest is made on Snapfire, and there is an item on the way. Oh, just wards. So they're gonna go ahead and try to figure something out. Oh, Plasma Field, missing everyone there. No slow or damage. But Growdy was like, hey, let me just run at these people. Oh, and double damage. Come on. How happier can you be? Honestly, like, if you have double damage, you have an Aegis, you run at him. Yes, what's happening? He's going to be running at these folks right now. He's going to continue to run. Can he go ahead and Earth Shock into range, though? Nope, not just yet. So he's just going to go ahead and relax a bit. Ease off the tension. They did have eyes up on the... oh, he's going to go ahead and just TP on out. He'll be okay. He did have eyes in this whole entire area with the Razor up there. So as soon as he recognized that Juggernaut was going to go ahead and do the spin TP, he probably would have let Growdy know, hey, just kick it over here in the triangle for a bit and take their farm. Snapfire immediately just going, hey, I don't want to mess with this just yet, so I'm getting out. Ooh, Force Staff is being made. Okay, so there's Force Staff, so that way that if they get caught in cogs, they can go ahead and just push themselves out. Not entirely sure what the Razor has in mind here with Ayasha. Oh, probably SNY. As soon as I saw that giant belt strength. Is it? Yeah, it's been a while. No, belt of strength, okay. So they're going to go ahead and try to trade towers here, so it's going to be an even contest on the map. With a very, very nice slight edge for the side of the Dire. So critical thinkers, oh no, not critical thinkers, these guys are the result-oriented thinkers. My bad. My apology, rods. So. Alright, so a little bit of a dewarding and a warding battle going on. Oh, there comes the hook shot. They do have one person in place. They force-staffed him away. Growdy being aggressive, trying to look for his kill. Unfortunately for him, he found no one. Thank goodness for PSGS at the moment. Let's go ahead and take a look-see. Oh, it's been 5 minutes. The Aegis is being reclaimed. And oh, I love that little ward. Always have. Right outside of the D ward vision. Oh. Jamoken. Ooh, barely passing each other. Uh-oh. Razor, on the other hand, is like, hey, I found someone. Jamoken's like, I don't want to be here right now. Oh, Black Hole is being used. Oh, in comes with a great hook shot. Out comes a Soulbind, and nothing to be happy with. Everybody's trying to be like, hey, let's back away. And the Whipper did not get the memo until the last moment and went ahead and be like, okay. Ooh, Shackleford. You were so very, very fortunate they did not drop a ward on top of that hill. Otherwise, you would have been very, very dead. Oh, that would have been very, very bad. Yikes. Alright, so there's going to be a lot of pressure going on here on this middle tower. They have a lot of advantage. They can go ahead and just absolutely put... They can just pretty much do whatever they want. At least for the moment being. I mean, they just... there was just so much there, you know. The Juggernaut cannot get caught out whatsoever against a Razor like that. Oh, and DeWhip has to go ahead and use his cookie and runs right back into Growdy. And as I mentioned before, the Juggernaut could not get caught out anymore, but he did. Ooh, nice little healing ward there. Oh, it's probably due to the mask, of course. It's not looking good for PSGS at the moment, and we have a very, very long, interesting journey ahead of us, folks. Like I mentioned before, this is going to be one that we're going to be strapped into for a little while. Okay. let's see here. I'm pretty sure they're finishing the Abyssal Blade onto the Ursa, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, it's a Blink Dagger. Okay. So, trying to opt themselves into a Swift Blink. Alright.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Trying to posture themselves into a good winning position. At least for the tower. The Ursa's going to go ahead and TP down mid. Dedicated in a terrible position here. He's going to go ahead and try to man fight this whole entire spot. But man, he is not going to be able to kill Kenny whatsoever. That static link, man. Oh. It just makes things completely unbearable for himself. Oof. He knew he was going to be in a bad spot, so he had to do something about it. He got caught out. The Ioscati just slowed him a little too much. It didn't seem like he was able to go ahead and TP himself out. Even if he tried to, it would have just ended terribly. You know, everybody was converging on him. So, anyways, PSG is going to be roaming together as 3, aiming for this top tower. Try to get some form of like a split push going. You know, try to force some reactions. Scatterblast, really nice. Gonna go ahead and try to chop down those trees so they can see, at least have some vision of it. Okay, Jamokin and DeWippa is gonna go ahead and slowly back away. I'm not entirely sure if they were able to glimpse Zro, but Allmother is there with them as well. A little bit of scouting missions with these illusions. One in the Roche pit to go ahead and look at it. Oh, DeWippa might have gotten a sneak peek of it. Oh, the Dire do know. Uh-oh. Here's bad news. Alright, they went ahead and used a halberd. The Inkswell is up. The Scatterblast and the Little Shredder to go ahead and slow him down. Out comes the Mortimer Kisses. No use of Rage because he is silenced up. The Razor showing up with a Plasma Field. They're going to go ahead and use the Omni Slash with the Yules as well. Oh, Allmother right there. And the BKB to go ahead and use a Black Hole. Here comes the Snap Cookie as well. Out comes the Medusa with the Gaze and the Mask of Madness, trying to slow Jamokin down. Out comes the Stroke of Fate to see if they can go ahead and help him get escape. Out comes the Dragon Tail as well as Rose. Rose trying to run away. The Inkswell is stunning out this Medusa. Out comes the Phantom's Embrace to go ahead and silence. Oh, Jamokin coming right back on in with the Healing Ward. This is one dead Medusa. And they opted to use a buyback on DeWippa. That is a very interesting choice. Really interesting choice. They're going to go ahead and use their Juggernaut and Dedicated to grab up. Ooh, DeWippa showing up to help with this Roche. They really want to go ahead and get this Roche. So my whole entire train of thought is that DeWippa bought back to ensure that they can go ahead and secure this Roshan. Even though Mortimer Kisses was already used. But still, the Snapfire is one of those heroes that you can go ahead and be like, okay, this is good. Alright. Now, great use of the Flare. They're going to go ahead and go on in to contest. Oh, probably. They were thinking about it, but they went ahead and opted against it. You know, the Ursa does have his Rage. You know, but still, it's just like, it's one of those low cooldown spells. And anyways, oh, DeWippa is going to be costing his own life. There's the dieback. Unfortunate. I mean, oh no. Like, ooh, Fireball on the Dragonite. Thank God they were able to let him use it outside of his dragon form. Oh God, that was just terrible. All right, that's just unfortunate. I mean, if you're going to go ahead and be aggressive and try to do what you want to do, I mean, like, you know, you bought back, so you made a mistake by trying to go up going up that hill and try to make something happen out of nothing. And I think that was just unfortunate on DeWippa's part. Even, oh my gosh, and even about the Tome of Knowledge, probably after death, of course. Alright, the Grimstroke, pretty okay with a Ghost Scepter. I would like to see that being turned into an E-Blade at some point. Because, like, how useful is that? Oh, dedicated, trying to move forward. The Omni Slash is being committed for both Rowdy and Allmother. In comes the hook shot. The battery assault is out. Out comes the Soul Mine. Here's the Phantom Embrace. There is the Blade Fury. All right, they were able to go ahead and use a Chain Frost as well. Oh, BKB somewhere along the lines. Okay, they were able to go ahead and get Growdy. Out comes the Gaze for dedicated. So they did get that. Oh. Shackleford using his Ghost Scepter to try to make sure he doesn't get smacked. Out comes the Blade Fury one more time. In comes the Blink with the Black Hole, but instantly interrupted. There's a Static Link, and Jamoken's in a lot of trouble. Had to use his Halberd, but oh man, goes down to the Mystic Snake. Oh, not Mystic Snake. Goes down to Johnny. Shackleford is cleaned up. So they have 4 buybacks. They can sit on them. That's pretty okay. I mean, this was a team fight that should have gone their way, but it all fell apart. And it was all set up for the because of the dieback. And I'm when you're fighting 4v5 and everybody just hard commits on this fight, especially when you have a Razor who has a Boots of Travel. We have Lich that didn't need to TP on in. We had an Allmother right there with the hook shot to set that all up. Medusa with a follow-up. And, man, you know, if you're Ursa right now, you're not feeling the greatest. You have Satanic queued up, but at the same time, it's just like, you kind of wished you lived there. So they're going to go ahead and try to siege down this tower. It doesn't feel like this tower is going to be able to survive. They're going to commit the glyph to it just to see the reaction of it. Team, they're going to go ahead and back off away. So great choice there. Oh, they even committed the fireball there. That's nice.
Gold and sweet.
Oh, I mean, what saved that fight was Kenny. Kenny saved the fight for his team with his Sinister Gaze. If he did not use his Sinister Gaze on Magic Gotti with the Black Hole, oh, that would have just yikes. I mean, I'm telling you, like, that was yikers right there, man. Like, that Black Hole, if it had the full duration of it, I think would have really turned around for the favor of PSGS. And let's see here. BKB and Sinister Gaze. Ooh, it does not pierce spell immunity. Oh my. Let's see here. BKB. I think Gotti probably used his BKB just a tad bit too early. Over in the top lane, DeWhipper. Oh, try to TP on out. Yules was right there. He's going to go ahead and commit his Eye of Storm. Out comes the Plasma Field. DeWhipper going down. Uh-oh. Even worse, Jamoken got caught out. Oh, man. He tried running uphill and tried to run away, and nothing came out of it. Oh, that Roshan was just... I don't know if it was, like, misused, but it definitely helped PSGS stay in this game right now. You know, and right now, results-oriented thinkers, they're just going to go ahead and try to go and siege this mid lane. There's plenty of vision in the middle lane for the Radiant. PSGS is going to go ahead and try to commit to it. I mean, this fireball is slowing down the push quite a bit, but man, you got to place it a little bit more forward because you do see a lot of the catapults right there to helping on out. All right. Oh my gosh. They even have Dark Portrait. That's even, dude, that's great. Dark Portrait with a Solar Crest. Out comes the fireball one more time. And just to see if they can get rid of them, I think they're going to go ahead and regroup over here to figure out what they really need to do. While all of that is being said and done in mid, we do have Magic Gotti over here doing some split pushing action, forcing some of these people, especially Growdy, back to this tower right here. Did not want to go ahead and lose that for free or be too completely threatened. So that alleviates a lot of pressure in the mid lane, allowing PSGS to exit their base and try to push out the rest of these lanes altogether. They're able to go ahead and do that. And oh my gosh, Grimstroke My friend, you have the upgraded Inkswell and you have the Dark Portrait. Let's see here. It causes the Inkswell to deal 40% more damage and heal the target for 40% up of the damage Inkswell does. Ooh, nice. Upon expiration, the target will receive a strong dispel. Ooh. My God, that is a very, very good shards. I mean, like, out of all the shards that everybody has on the team. Oh, and Timeless Relic is out. Ooh, I mean, like, I'm not entirely sure if Medusa should keep that. I mean, it's one of those, like, let's see here. It makes sense. Buff duration of 15% spell damage. That should be for the Lich. Alright, so PSGS is going to be hanging out here on the top lane. Kind of feels like they're wanting to see if anybody shows so they can go ahead and get an easy fast gank. They have vision of Allmother, so Allmother's going to walk away. Right, they do have two wards here connecting to one another, so they see what's coming from the tower, and they do see what's coming from the side over here for a flank. Alright, so, I mean, and then the Dark Portrait, man, like, that is such a cool spell. I love it. Makes so much sense. Alright, so they have a few of their heroes. Not ghosted. They have a few of their heroes smoked up. And Shackleford is in a lot of trouble. Oh, they're going to go ahead and use the Sinister Gaze, keep him in place, get the free kill. And, everyone here is like, we were moving forward, but we're going to go ahead and try to figure something else out here. Whipper's like, you know what, screw this. I'm going to go ahead and march with everybody else. See what they can do about it. You know, it's interesting. They have Grouty here, what seems to be all alone with the Satanic, and he has a Penta Edge Sword. Nice. Alright, but we're going to go ahead and try to go ahead and siege all together. The results-oriented thinker is going to be doing right now. They're going to siege slowly, trying to poke and prod the defenses of PSGS. Dedicated, being caught out just for the moment. Alright, in comes the hookshot. Does not have BKB available. I mean, his Dragon's Blood is right there, but activating the Blade Mail. He does have a Spirit Vessel being applied. Oh, he's going to be going down from the looks of things. Yep, they finally got the last hit right there. You know, if Grouty didn't show up at the very last moment there, that would have been a Dragon Knight that would have lived. Oh, Johnny Magic showing up one more time. The Whipper trying to force staff himself in a good position to hide. Unfortunately, puts himself in an even worse position while going to go ahead and cooking away in a better position. It's going to go ahead and try to juke Johnny Magic away, but Johnny Magic's like, I don't care. I'm just going to go ahead and spend my time right here. And that was about, I want to say, 5 seconds worth of wasting time easy. So that allows PSGS to go ahead and extend their tower defense even further. And oh man, this Dark Portrait is absolutely killer right now. You have a Dark Portrait on the Medusa, and the cooldown on Dark Portrait's even better. It's 35 seconds. You get that and you use that and you just push with it. And oh, you know, and even then, it's just like, you're the Medusa, and you're just like, really? I have to fight me? It's already bad enough that I have to fight 5 people. Now I have to fight me. Now it's a 6 versus 5 at all times. What's more interesting about this whole entire situation is that I believe if you go ahead and use a Soul Bind and then you use Dark Portrait, it just makes things a whole lot worse. It's like, especially if you soul bind, like, say, like, the Ursa and the Medusa. Oh, man. Yeah, this Roshan is not going to be contestable whatsoever. So you kind of sort of have to be happy that, that only Aghanim's Shard drops. Not Aghanim's Shard, Aghanim's Blessing drops here. Oh my God. Mystic Snake. The Mystic Snake Ags just turns everybody into stone. Jesus. Oh. Anyways, so far PSGS has been very, very fortunate that they didn't lose any of their tier 3 towers. And so the high ground defense so far has been relatively strong. The plasma field being used. Think Johnny Magic's trying to push on in. The static link is broken. Out comes the Dark Portrait, but not much of a defense at the moment. But oh, blink forward from Grouty misses his target, so he goes ahead and just like bounces away. It's like, I don't want to go ahead and fight this. I'm going to see what's going to happen. Out comes the Manta. There's a Dragon Breath going through. Scotty coming on in with all these all these right clicks. Fireball is out. They're trying to see if they can get Grouty. Dedicated standing his ground in Dragon form. In comes a two-man black hole, but out comes the hook shot. There is the soul bind from the looks of things. In comes the kisses. The satanic being used. We have a lot of fighting going on with the Blade Fury. Oh, and they're silencing up two. Oh, here comes the cookie. They got one. They're trying to aim for two. Dedicated buying back. Enigma did buy back as well. Snapfire as well. And oh, it looks like Rowdy's in a lot of trouble. Phantom Embrace right there. They're even using some shots on there to get rid of it. Out comes the cookie hop one more time. They're trying to break down this Medusa. Out comes the Blade Fury from the Juggernaut, and they're trying their best, but Jamokin unable to do anything. Man, these Manta Medusas are just absolutely wrecking the team at the moment. And oh no, Jamokin has to walk away from this. The hookshot from Allmother secures the escape. Oh, talk about a high ground defense here, folks. That was really impressive. Even though they had to dedicate 3 buybacks for it, oh man, that could have easily ended the game. Oh man, I not entirely sure if I wanted to say if they just committed a little bit more from PSGS, they could have gotten something a little bit more out of it.
Arms for the dead.
It really did feel like if they got rid of those rid of the Medusa illusions a little bit faster, just a tad bit faster, they would have been able to go ahead and at least get something out of it. I think that high ground defense would have gone a lot smoother. Okay, so the Juggernaut... am I reading this right? Oh my. I mean, the Juggernaut is severely underfarmed. Like, this is not good. This is very, very bad.
Illusion.
I swore he had Maelstrom queued up. This is not something that you want to see on your Juggernaut. Maybe he went ahead and sold something so he can go ahead and just make a brand new build. I have no idea at this point, but like his net worth is really not in a good position. You're barely holding on, and this is just bad. At least they're going to go ahead and grab this outpost together so they can go ahead and continue getting their experience. Unfortunately, in the top lane, Snapfire and the Snapfire got caught out. This does not look good for PSGS whatsoever. So they're going to go ahead and at least commit one person to go ahead, 2 people for this high ground defense. Grouty versus Dedicated. Out comes the Dragon Tail, and my god, that Fireball is trying its best to get rid of all of these stupid illusions. The Dark Portrait is right there. Oh man, Grimstroke is probably pretty happy. Oh, they got rid of both illusions. This time the static link up being applied to Dedicated. Dedicated trying to run away. Oh, out comes the Soulbind onto 2. There's the Fireball. Can they get some more? Out comes the Phantom Embrace. Here comes this. What was that? Oh, it looks like they tried to go ahead and use the Omnislash, but it only, like, that was a little odd. I guess that must have been a blink for it and just did nothing. Or a really bad Omnislash. Had to be an Omnislash. That was terrible. What the hell happened there? It completely broke. Another good high ground defense from PSGS. Maybe the interesting. I'm probably thinking the Mystic Snake in combination with Cold Blood ended that Juggernaut a lot sooner than it should have. And that's what I'm thinking, because like he only got one slash in and then all of a sudden it was gone. Okay.
Rock it on.
Oh, Snapfire into Whipper, being caught out in place one more time, and oh, a second hit bash on the way out. That's a no feels good, man. That's a feels bad moment. Magic Gotti. Ooh, Octarine Core. Uh-oh. Had to go ahead and try to blink away from Johnny there. Oh, using... had to go ahead and commit the BKB for the TP on out. No other choice there. Man. Again, this Dark Portrait's actually pretty nasty. Still, oh, the E-Blading. That's nice. To go ahead and just use that on somebody that's going to be too much of a threat. Like, say, Ursa, or you can go ahead and even apply that to the Razor, force a BKB use out of it or something. Okay, dedicated. Oh, committing onto a heart. Gonna go ahead and try to... And they're gonna use one glyph. Trying to position himself in the best place possible. Trying to use that building as a bit of a... as a buffer of sorts. So that way he's not overcommitted, but in good positioning. Out comes the Plasma Field. They're gonna go ahead and... blink on forward from Garauti. They really want to get this damn tower. Out comes the Soulbind. There's a double Phantom's Brace. Dedicated moving forward. Can he go ahead and get in range so he can go ahead and use a double Dragon Tail with a Black Hole. Great job from Allmother with a hook shot. Oh my gosh, this Blade Mail is absolutely decimating the team. Oh my gosh. And not only that, they got the double Dark Portrait. Oh my god, the Inkswell being applied. They got the stun onto Grouty using a Satanic Dragon Tail in place. Here comes the Fireball. They're trying to silence him up just a little bit, which he is. He's going to go ahead and try to fight back, but he's disarmed thanks to the Halberd. Great tower, high ground defense from PSGS. And they made results-oriented thinkers think twice about pushing on the high ground without an Aegis. And thinking of Aegis, nope, still not available just yet. In response, 3 is down, so Dedicated's going to push on out forward, see what towers he can get, if any possible at this point. Ooh, he even was able to go ahead and get himself a Trickster Cloak and a Heart of Tarrasque. So he's going to be fairly tanky at 5.1 KL. Okay, so he's going to be so tanky that he's going to be like, hey, screw this. I'm going to be like right here. I mean, he does have a Soul Ring. Does Soul Ring build into anything else anymore? You know, it's just like, it's been a while. There. Oh, doesn't look like Soul Ring built into anything else anymore. That seems a little odd. I mean, like... During Core doesn't use it, and then Bloodstone I'm pretty sure doesn't use it. Yeah. Like, Soul Ring needs to be used on something somewhere else. You know? Ah, Jamokin finished up his MKB, so he feels a little bit happier with that. Has his eyes set onto the Eagle Song so he can get a Swift Blink. I mean, like, the Ursa already has it. They're trying to kill this Roshan as soon as they possibly can. Oh, in comes Allmother. Nobody picked up anything just yet. They're throwing down a whole lot of spells. Oh, here comes a Black Hole. Allmother not there to interrupt it just yet. Oh, but Zero was right there to use the Mystic Snake to interrupt it. Oh, no. And down goes a lot of their heroes. Even Grouty picked up the Aegis. I mean, this is disastrous for PSGS. Rusty Shackleford is trying to get out. He's going to go ahead and try to TP, but the Sinister Gaze from Kenny goes ahead and confirms that it is more or less impossible to get out. Dewippa, I believe you want to go ahead and come back to base and commit those buybacks, just so you can see if you can go ahead and do a defense here. Because it looks like they're going to be doing that right now. 3 buybacks, Dragon Knight's down for at least 80 seconds. Alright, they're losing a lot of tier 4s. Dewippa's going to go ahead and just chill over here for the moment. Doesn't have Mortimer's Kisses for 50 some odd seconds. They're trying to figure out what they can do right here and see where they can engage. Alright, Jamokin moving on forward, using his Diffusal Blade to slow down the enemies. Oh, they were able to go ahead and get a Dark Portrait. They're slowly sieging all of these Araxes little by little. 55 seconds until the Dragon Knight. They're committing the cookie. Out comes the Stroke of Fate to do some damage right there. Oh, they're going to go ahead and use the E-Blade. They did proc the Lincoln Sphere. Oh, in comes Grouty. He's saying, I want Dewippa. Oh no, and the Inkswell misses, but was able to go ahead and do at least a little bit of damage there. Oh, a 3-man black hole with the Omni Slash coming out. Buyback from DK coming on in. Oh, the Chain Frost trying to do something, but the Dark Portrait doing so much damage as well. They were able to go ahead and claim the life of the Razor and the first Aegis onto the Ursa. The Ursa trying to fight back with Rose. Rose hexed up just a little bit, but man, that Dragon Tail did some damage onto the Medusa and the Ursa. And down goes 4 heroes for results-oriented thinkers. The Clockwork going, I'm alone, so I'm gonna go ahead and back away, guys. I was late to that fight, so I'm running away. So we have PSGS all smoked up, I believe. Yes, they were smoked up. So they're just going to run down mid to force out some buybacks, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, they were able to catch out Allmother. Allmother trying to hookshot himself away, or at least Force Staff. And is down. So all 5 heroes have their buybacks available. They're using one on the Medusa. Medusa without gaze for 20 seconds. Out comes the buyback from Lich. Coming forward is the Medusa. Another one from Allmother. They're going to go ahead and start throwing out all these Scotties. The fireball being thrown down. And the Ice Shield. Oh, in comes the hookshot. Landed directly. And they're going to go ahead and force staff the Clockwork out of position. They're trying to gaze dedicated. Oh, there's the Lotus Orb. The Stroke of Fate misses. They're smoking up to get away from the look of things. Yeah. Ooh, talk about a long game. There is a double damage right there for the taking. So they are smoked up.
But I'm worth so much more.
Gold is a great conductor.
I'm just a little perplexed as to why he's not using it. Okay, he's picking that up. All right. Okay. I think it was just waiting for the bait. Dewippa using the cookie. So that way, Johnny Magic couldn't do anything as she tried to go ahead and do her escape plan. I'm not entirely sure why hanging around here would be a good idea, but I'd be running. I mean, like, let's see here. Okay. I think Elven Tunic would have been a lot better for Dewippa right here, honestly. I understand the magic resistance and everything, but, like, the evasion is very useful against some right clickers. You have a higher attack speed. You know, it's unconventional, but, like, you also have 7% plus movement speed. You know, you're Snapfighter. You should be very, very, I'm not going to say mobile, but, like, it would be nice to have for you, is what I'm saying. Because that little shredder is going to shoot even faster. Of course, the cooldown's like still 12 seconds, but still. Ooh, +6 Mortimer Kisses launched. Ooh.
Fast.
And 3 times the Little Shredder multi-shot. Honestly, one more... well, if you do one more level, you have to start from the bottom up, if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, I do feel that PSGS is still in this. They have quite a bit of an uphill battle to go through. Shackleford has been... Oh my. He's queued up a whole bunch of Dagons. Friend, I think BKB would have been a lot more useful. At least in my opinion. I don't know. It's just... It's gotten to the point in the game where it's just like a BKB or just silliness. You know, just a reminder, Trickster's Cloak, magic resistance and evasion, and causes you to become invisible for 6 seconds. So, a very different version of Ninja Gear. And results-oriented thinkers, they've learned their lesson from last time. They're going to go ahead and really focus and hunker down on making sure they have a lot of map control. And to make sure that they can go ahead and protect this Roshan. Like, take a look at this. They're putting up sentries everywhere to make sure they know where everything's at. All right, Johnny Magic is like, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and try to fight this with BKB against a Juggernaut. And Juggernaut is like, I'm gonna run away now. So they do have an opening here, a small little opening, in terms of like trying to get the Roshan if it was up. And also at the same time, Mortimer's Kisses is down, but all the main ultimates are still in effect, essentially. This is something that you don't want to, like, get caught out at the moment. It's just like what I'm trying to say. You know, to whip up. Oh, they're passing up on the salve, man. Come on. They're pushing out altogether in case they can find a pick-off. If not, start a team fight outside their base to give themselves an opportunity. And if you take a look at buybacks available, nothing's available for the side of the Radiant except for the Snapfire. You know, the buyback status is available for the Razor and the Ursa, so that's good. If you are on the side of the Dire for results-oriented thinkers. Okay. A little bit of magic going on top. They're going to go ahead and try to do a split push tactic here and try to get rid of this damn tower. At least get one Rax out of something. So they did a good job. You know, Kenny with his Frost Shield is just... Oh, that is just annoying. Being able to put that on towers absolutely changed the dynamic of, like, Lich. So much. Like, it's nice to have the side ward right there. So you can go ahead and just run into the trees and try to juke your way to victory. Vision for trees is so important. So if you... It always seems like a niche and like a bit like situational, but in the long run it's really important to go ahead and understand the pathing. Oh, they're throwing one illusion into the Roshan. And oh no. Oh, can they go ahead and deny it? Oh, and the deny onto the Aegis. Grouty was right there going, I need to kill this thing, and was only able to pick up the refresher shard. They even went down with a wow from Rots. Oh my, they were I think they were either impressed or like, wow, I can't believe that just happened, because that's what happened. Oh man, the denial on the Aegis. That was just great to see, but at the same time, unfortunate. Ooh, this tower doesn't seem to be going down. 104 health left. Oh, it just needs one more. Out comes the Shiva's guard. They want to go ahead and try to find someone, but they were unable to do so. Okay, so we have a Giant's Ring, Apex, Ballista, a Stygian Desolator. Oh my gosh. If I am the Juggernaut, I want to keep a Stygian Desolator. Someone's going to get the Apex. You know, that's like a really nice item to have. Let's see here. Let's see. Apex, plus 75 primary attribute. You have 3 Agi heroes that... I don't know, it's just... They gave Ursa the Giant's Ring. He's like, I don't care, I'm running all over the place. He's big, he's mean, he's a fuzzy wuzzy. Movement speed, 60% model scale, and 40 strength. Path over any terrain, Jesus. You're not going to be slowed. That's just great. So it kind of feels like PSGS is going to go ahead and just do a split push of sorts, just so they can go ahead and just force something out of here from Rots, and Rots is going to respond kindly by saying, hey, we're going to go ahead and try to murder your towers. Alright. Oh, they're going to use the Lotus, and they're definitely attacking all these Raxes right now from Growdy. Out comes the Inkswell. Can they go ahead and get the stun on? Oh, here's the Sinister Gaze. And a Lotus Orb one more time with Growdy hitting the back lines. Had Halberd apply to him for just a little bit, trying to keep this damn Enigma alive. Oh, Jamoken caught out of place. He's gonna go ahead and buy back real fast. The Soulbind being used. In comes the big black hole with the BKB, but All Mother trying to save everything. Out comes the Omni Slash. They're trying to see if they can get anybody out of this, and they're buying back left and right at the moment from the side of PSGS. They enrage, keeping the Ursa alive, but down goes the Ursa. The blink forward from Dedicated. Can they finish off? Yes, they were able to go ahead and finish off the Razor. Oh man, this TP back from the Medusa, trying to make sure she is not the reason why they lose. Let's see here. The buyback is available for all 3 main cores for the side of results-oriented thinkers. Man, PSGS seems to be licking their chops, going, okay, we got one opportunity at this. This is our window, and not only that, they have broken the high ground, so they just need to find one place. Ooh, pirate hat, pirate hat, pirate hat. That should never be on cooldown, ever, ever, ever. Yeah, of course you get 150 attack speed, but the dig function, you get 1 bounty rune. You go ahead and never have that off of cooldown. That way you always have buyback for your teammates. Alright, let's take a look. Oops, that's gold per minute. Alright, they are glyphing up right now. They're using the Sinister Gaze to go ahead and get Jamoken back in. Oh, they're using the Halberd right now. They're just whacking. Alright, here comes 1 buyback. Out comes the Medusa's Gaze, keeping Dedicated in place. Dedicated with a Spirit Vessel and the Blade Mill being used. Out comes the Spirit Links. They hexed up the Razor. Out comes the Hook Shot. They're using the Sinister Gaze one more time. In comes with a 2-man Black Hole. Can they keep the... No, they got All Mother stuck right there. All Mother's down for 120 seconds. Dedicated man-moding this. Oh, and is unable to stand long enough. Oh no, down goes Dedicated. Oh, they're trying to do a chase down right now. Shackleford trying to figure out a way out of this situation. Had to use the E-Blade, had to use the Hex. Out comes the Inkswell, lands it, throws a Stroke of Fate and takes out the Lich, but the Static Link is being so mean. Oh no. So there is 1 buyback available. 3 heroes are up, and that's the side for PSGS. So they're going to go ahead and have Kenny commit his buyback and come on forward. And they're trying to push out the top lane as best as they can. And Shackleford buying back. They know what's going to happen. They have to take on Growdy. And right now, Dewippa is more or less likely running back to... Oh, out comes the Soulbind. In comes the forward of the Omni Slash from the Juggernaut. Not doing much. There's a few more kisses. Out comes the Blade for everybody. He is skull bashed into place. Oh, and here comes the Black Hole one more time. Can they get 1? They were able to get 1. Oh, out comes the Chain Frost. There it is right there, ladies and gentlemen. They're calling the GG. They were unable to go ahead and do 1 quick defense because Crowdy's in the middle of the damn Ancient. He's like, I'm gonna go ahead and smack this thing silly. Oh my.
Victory.
All right, so the results-oriented thinker outlasted PSGS in a 66-minute fight. Oh. And that was just game one. So let's take a look at game two, shall we? I am not going to be looking at match details. I do want to see how this all pans out. And I am probably thinking, you know what? There's no need for
Seconds remains turn to ban.
there's no need to look at the draft, but I do need a small little tiny break after 66 minutes of casting. So give me 1 second here so I can go ahead and grab myself some water or at least some hot tea. Okie dokie. I took my small little tiny break. So as far as we know, between the best of 3 series, right? Right, we know PSGS lost game 1. And for some odd reason, the replay shows that results-oriented thinkers lost game 1. So this is game 2, so ignore the score. All right. We know who won. We know who lost. All right. All right. Okay, so the score that I'm Oh. Okay. Remember, results-oriented thinkers is 1. This is game 2. And PSGS has no wins in the series so far. So we're looking at a PSGS win at the moment. So let's go ahead and just take a quick peek at this draft real fast just to see what led to their quote-unquote winning formula. But anyways. Alright, so Axe and Clockwork, they didn't want to... Oh, they did not want to go ahead and let those two get through one more time, and they didn't want to let Grimstroke get through from the results-oriented thinkers, because the last game, Shackleford was like, hey, let me go ahead and just ruin all of your game for that much longer.
10 seconds. 5 seconds.
So that's interesting to see. Mistakes happen all the time, folks. Mistakes happen all the time. So more or less, I know this is not a live series at the moment, but you know, we all know it's a game. On the outside, I said this was a best of 3, not a best of 3, a 3-game set that I'm going to be casting. I knew the first one was going to be one that we had to be like buckled in for a while, and holy smokes, was that a long game. Very interesting ending. But man, that Giants ring just absolutely tipped the scales for the Ursa to be like, hey. What now? Well, that's unusual. Well, not too entirely unusual, but seeing a Slark in this mid is very niche. Okay, so they're going to go ahead and run with a Medusa in the mid again. Dazzle's most likely going to be the 5. Yeah, the 5 with the Slark from the looks of things. Axe and Clockwork all together. Is the 3 and 4. Underlord being the 3, Dragon Knight most likely being the 1. Once more. That's going to be an interesting mid matchup again. They're using up a lot of time for this last pick, so. A lion? Huh. Hold on one second. Let me go ahead and think about this one more second here.
Dyer's turn to pick.
Interesting. Interesting. Okay, so that's interesting.
Select your hero. Make the ultimate choice.
All right, I'm going to say something very controversial here, and it's going to be very, very mean, but at the same time, very, very necessary to say this. You have the last pick. You have a matchup against a Medusa in the mid lane. You're going against an Axe, a Clockwork, and a Slark. 3 heroes that are extremely mobile. You opt for the Lion. I get that. I see where you're coming from. But given the current meta right now, and you were fairly open to having a last pick counter of sorts, I would have been yelling and screaming and hollering at everybody, let's go with a goddamn motherfucking puck. I would have opted for a puck over the lion. I know the lion's like super like everything right now, but not for me. I would have not have. Anyways, it's a very interesting last pick in the lion. How? I don't see it though. I really don't see how useful the lion's going to be in this game other than Hex and stunning the crap out of Grouty and Slark this whole entire game. So it's going to be interesting to see. I really do see. I really want to see how this all plays out. So, anyways. Oh, Captain Bamboo. Delivering the Windlace. Do they have a smoke? That's my question. No smokes given. Okay.
The battle begins.
So no battle in the front here. Oh, Jamokin admitting his mistake. Score's wrong. It's 1-0 you guys. Okay, thank you for the update there.
Watch your step. It's 6 feet down. There's a fine line between bravery and stupidity.
Alright, let's just run over to mid real fast, just to see how it is playing out. Alright. Ooh. Quick, nice deny there. Good job from Zero to go ahead and just stop Dedicated from having some free gold right there. Or, I wouldn't say free gold, but more like investment. A return investment into it. Alright. So we see the line running after Kenny here. With Gotti. Almost got the first blood. Good thing he didn't opt for a Pit of Malice there for first blood. Went for Firestorm. Go ahead and need that pushing power if you're going to be going up against a Slark. You want to put a lot of pressure onto the tower and lane to force some good plays. I'm just thinking a lot at the moment. Oh, there's the Mystic Snake. Now comes the Dragonfire. So this is kind of like the build that you're opting for in the first, like, in the first lane. 2 points of Dragon Blood is understandable because, like, hell, you get 8 health regen, but that's why you have Tangos. And so 2 points in Dragonfire, I feel, is a little bit more of a better investment. For 10 extra mana, you're getting 80 more damage. At least that's how I look at it. So it's a little bit more mana cost efficient if you went ahead and did 2 points in Dragonfire over your 2 points on Dragon Blood. I know it lets you stay in lane a lot longer against Medusa, but you know, it's just one level difference. You know, your power spike, quote unquote, your power spike's right there. You know, not to mention you have water runes so you can run at after for. So we'll see how it runs over and so forth. But anyways, we got Allmother and Johnny Magic going up against Jamokin, and I missed first blood. That's not good. So, from what I can see, dies over under tower over there. Interesting. Probably try to go for the courier if I'm not mistaken. Nope, they even tried to go after the courier when dying, I guess. Anyways, we had to Whippa, trying to pull this lane. Very unsuccessfully though. Tries his best though. Can't blame them. Oh, we got another kill up top though with the Blade Fury and the Frost Shield together onto Allmother. Allmother probably a little bit unhappy with that. So it's really nice that Johnny Magic is trying to do what he's trying at this moment. Shackleford trying to stop this pull from the looks of things. You know, he does have a double pull, a double camp there set up. So, oh, they're going to go ahead and try to throw out a Frost Blast. Go ahead and throw down the Frost Shield. And here comes the Blade Fury Magic. Johnny Magic is probably and will be going down to Jamoken right there. Easy kill, easy money. Easy setup. Alright, cool pull for the dedicated. Grabbing some water runes real fast. Same thing with Johnny Magic. Has it all bottled up. And the nice thing about being Dragon Knight, you don't need much of a bottle when you have a soul ring. And a few points in Dragon Blood. You know. So, let's take a look on the bottom lane. He's going to go ahead and pounce on this. Has it leash down for a moment onto Whipper, but man, that Earth Spike to go ahead and land on both was very useful. That's here, Gotti. Oh, out comes the Poison Touch. Kenny and DeWhippa trying to have a fight to the death. Oh, looks like DeWhippa's going to be in a very bad spot because here comes a Dark Pact. He is leashed up for a little bit. The tower doing some damage. Does he have anything else available? Earth Spike is available. Out comes the Earth Spike. Mana Drain coming soon, maybe. Out comes the Firestorm. There's the Poison Touch. Poison Touch being applied. All right, Gotti trying to chase this damn pesky Slark down, but it's not going to be doing much. Ooh, 2 levels in Kenny. 5 levels in the Slark. So that's intriguing. I'm not sure if DeWhipper was hogging up too much experience for Gotti, but you know, you kind of sort of want your off lane to match their safe lane core in terms of experience. You know, and even then it's just like you want to go ahead and pull this camp to the side so that way you can, and this is what they're doing right now. Perfect, perfect. Oh. A little bit mistimed there. Oh, they went ahead and got a kill up top. Alright, he's going to go ahead and use a salve real quick. He's going to go ahead and try to man-fight Johnny Magic. Out comes the Frost Blast. Ice Blast? Ice Blast, Frost Blast. Yeah. Anyways. Okay, dedicated. Oh, he opted to use his level 6 right away for various reasons. One of which is I'm dying to Johnny to Zro right here. Ooh, an illusion rune. Well, I mean, like, think of it this way, right? As a Dragon Knight, you're not going to be too unhappy. Oh, that is a big smack from the Mystic Snake. Oh, up top, though. The Frost Shield was there to go ahead and use. Oh, no. And here comes the Axe with a great taunt. Trying to kill Jamoken. Jamoken trying to run away here. He knows he's in trouble. Oh, he could have used his healing ward just for a little bit and all of that whole entire fight. Maybe, probably could have lived through it. I'm not entirely sure if he panicked or what, but he's kind of stuck there. Almost had Allmother, but the moment he ran back into the trees, Allmother looping around, I think cutting down this tree here and then looping right back into Allmother would have gotten him the kill secure and probably another option to get away. Or at least another route.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Okay, a broomstick handle. I do not know the results of game 3, so I should have thought about that a little bit more, but still. When you know the result of game 1, you know the result of game 2. But that doesn't mean you know what happens in game 2 and how it happened. Okay, some flares running out. Johnny Magic trying to... Oh, okay, so he's opting for a Vanguard ASAP. That's nice. Oh, they're stacking as much as they possibly can there. So a good pull camp for them. It seems to be a little late at this point of the game. Honestly, it's more along the lines of like, you're going to go ahead and just stack it for that axe at this point. Kind of seems a little interesting as to why Johnny Magic isn't trying to... Well, not Johnny Magic, but in particular Allmother isn't trying to cut the lane and sweep it back into this camp right here for Johnny. so that way they can get an easy damage onto the tower. Dedicated, gonna go ahead and use his dragon form. Out comes the Mystic Snake, just so he can go ahead and do some damage on this tower. And DeWhipper rotating on forward. Out comes this first Dragon Tail stun. Can they go ahead and use? Oh, they're not opting for the dragon. Not dragon. Opting for the Earth Spike, but they are throwing out a little bit of damage. That that Mystic Snake just hurts, man. Like, was it 4 levels now? Yeah. It hurts. You know, man, that chipped vest is so useful on Dragon Knight, though. Like, come on. Who does not like that? Every time you're attacked, you return 30 damage to heroes, 20 to creeps. That's so great. Little small blade mail that you have there going. Johnny Magic, not too far from getting his Vanguard. A little off. Oh, he's trying to throw the Battle Hunger. It keeps missing. And Jamoken, oh. If he got caught out by Allmother there, that's no bueno for him. Oh, down to the bottom lane, the Pit of Malice to go ahead and keep Gowdy in place. But, oh man, I love that friggin' Shadow Dance effect right there. I need to find that helmet. I like that. Anyways, so PSGS seems to have a good amount of control on the rhythm of the game by having their off-lane Underlord and DeWhipper to go ahead and just take away this tower, putting a lot of pressure onto the Slark. And given that we're 10 minutes into the game, let's go ahead and take a look at the net worth. Given how much pressure was given onto Growdy and the kills that they gave to Jamoken, I kind of figured Jamoken should have been in second place. If I'm not mistaken, but maybe he died a few times. Let's see. He did die once. He has 3 kills. So, if he didn't have that one death, I think he would have actually been a little bit behind from the Medusa. So this is good for the PSGS by having Growdy be this far behind, who has a chipped vest. So, this isn't terrible. You know, Johnny Magic does have his Vanguard. Right, Clockwork with the Spirit, not the Spirit Vessel, but with the Urn. But they're going to go ahead and just absolutely attack all of these towers right now. I mean, the amount of pressure that they're applying on tier 1s is ridiculous. You know, here comes the hook shot from Allmother. They're going to go ahead and throw down the Pit of Malice. Out comes the Mystic Snake. There's a double Earth Spike in the back line. There's the Mana Drain right there. Out comes the Dragon Breath. Ooh, the Shallow Grave to keep Allmother alive. There is nothing at the moment to go ahead and get the kill onto Clockwork. Other than maybe a suicidal support running through the backlines and be like, I got this, boys. I got this. But that's not the case. Okay, Jamoken moving on forward. He does have a possessed mask, so that's even cooler, man. Okay. So if I'm not mistaken here, he also has another diffusal queued up for this game as well. Okay, Growdy is opting for the Yasha. Okay. Over in the top lane, Johnny and Kenny trying their best to defend this. We have DeWhipper infiltrating the backlines with an Invis rune, giving a lot of scouting. You know, they see Kenny right there. Kenny's, you know, having his clarity. I would have thrown out a Dragon Spire to interrupt that. Oh, Johnny right there. Using a tank. Not even a tango, using a salve. Ooh, they're just here. They're just like cutting off things left and right now. Dedicated is like trying to cut the wave here. Oh, now comes the Earth Spike. They did get the 3 there. That way they can make this investment up top much easier. Out comes the Pit of Malice. They do have Johnny Magic stuck. He is rooted just a little bit. But Allmother on the side to get his hook shot at the ready. Battery Assault being committed, but not anywhere near anyone he can go ahead and apply it to. Out comes the Earth Spike. He's coming in. There's the Finger of Death. Shallow Grave. Out comes the Pit of Malice. They do have one stuck there with the Firestorm getting the kill. They're trying to commit for Allmother, but Allmother's like, nope, I am out of here. Frost Shield keeping Dedicated in place just for a little bit. Out comes the Mystic Snake doing almost no damage because there are not enough bounces right there. Oh, and better yet, they have a Healing Ward out. There's another Earth Spike. They have this damn Medusa stuck in place, and they got her. That is a great, great kill for PSGS, and an awful defense from results-oriented thinkers. You know, you committed quite a bit there. It's a Medusa that you're committing. You had no backup in front of that. You had one hero falling back and one hero moving forward, overestimating her own strength, and just leads and results to her own death. Alright, we have Growdy here on the bottom lane, trying to put pressure. Out comes one Hex. Oh, it feels like Jamokin is hasted, because he is. They're trying to do these right clicks, and they're investing the Blade Fury, but Growdy is able to go ahead and hop into one direction, leaping out of danger, and TPing home. Trying to think here, like, this is not good for results-oriented thinkers. You lost all three of your outer towers. You're giving access to all of their jungle, and right now, if you are on the side of PSGS, you should be invading everywhere. And from the looks of things, you're giving a lot of backup here with Jamokin, with Dedicated as well. So PSGS is invading quite a bit. They do have a little bit of eyes on Growdy. They're telling each other, hey, we have some enemies here. Oh, they're even committing the Dark Rift for this push. And they're committing the Dark Rift. No, well, you know, they're committing a lot. Here comes the Firestorm. They're just sieging this tower little by little. Growdy and Allmother have the high ground here. Growdy's not giving a clear hookshot for Allmother. Allmother trying to look for that angle. That throws down a ward or two. Oh, he has some sight right there. And, oh, that's going to be a dead panda. Nope, that's not a dead panda. That's a dead courier. Oh, out comes one. They're going to go ahead and use a Dark Pact to get him out of there on Growdy. Trying to see what they can do here. They're sieging very, very slowly, very patiently. They know they don't have any more vision on the high ground. They are going to opt to go ahead and smoke on backwards and invade through the high ground instead. Oh, smoke breaks. They have one. They have their eyes on the Medusa. In comes the hook shot, only for the Chain Frost to absolutely ruin everyone's day. And the axe with the call, a little too late. But he's going to go ahead and try to fight 5-on-1. There's the Earth Spike right there. There is a Shallow Grave. Kind of feels like they don't want to hit him. They just want to stun him in place. Get rid of that Shallow Grave. Get a quick kill. Go ahead and invest into getting this lane into their possession. So Growdy and good old Kenny are able to go ahead and escape with their lives. Tried to go ahead and do a defense, so they're trying to apply pressure somewhere else on the map. This is something that you need to do if you're going to be falling behind. Not only that, you have Jamokin TPing back mid. He has a Diffusal Blade. He's going to see if he can fight Growdy. Growdy being slowed down a little bit, but is going to be moving in and out of the lane. Alright, we do have the Lich coming on in and Shackleford. Throwing out a Frost Blast, trying to slow this down even more. Throwing the Frost Shield onto this tower is a great choice, as well as glyphing it. So 3 heroes in the bottom lane still did not get this tower. Allmother is there to protect it with Growdy. They're throwing out the flare real quick to see if they can find any other heroes other than Dedicated. Dedicated is in a little bit of trouble. He's overextended. He's going to be fighting 2-on-1. He's stuck between the cogs. They're trying to use something here. Here comes the Shadow Dance from Growdy. Out comes the Earth Spike, but they're going to go ahead and have him taunted with a Culling Blade for a quick kill right there. And quickly they're, evacuating the bottom lane. Sanjan Yash on the Dedicated. Not bad.
Should look to their middle tower.
Ooh. So the bottom, not the bottom. So this tier 2 tower is not under threat, but it is nice to see how Jamokin and not Kenny, but Jamokin and Shackleford were able to go ahead and defend the mid tower and apply so much, I don't want to say apply so much pressure, but with a little bit of static pressure, they were able to go ahead and threaten the tier 2 tower. So good job from those two guys right there. And better yet, I mean, like, Grouty's really trying to stay in this game. Grouty's like going all over the place. He has a Shadow Blade in mind. So he's going to go ahead and try to farm up his triangle a little bit. Oh, wait, no. He's going to go ahead and opt to give that to Zero. Zero has a Manta in mind. 600-ish or 700-ish away from it. No, 400-ish. Grouty, on the other hand, is going to opt for pushing lanes. Go ahead and quickly farm up where he is able to do so. As long as he can read the map and try to find information where he can. He's going to be having a relatively okay game. So this is what you need to do. If you're falling behind, you need to read the map as best as you can. Try to see where you can go ahead and opt to go without getting into too many fights and TPing in when your team needs you. Okay, right now it kind of feels like this is where it's going to get very, very interesting. Right, we got Dedicated in dragon form. Johnny's on the side. He has to blink out of there. The flare is being thrown out. They need to give up this tower. They don't have enough people for this defense. They're going to go ahead and tell the Shackleford, hey man, just run up and run to the mid. We'll see how it goes. You know, defend that tower. That mid tower is so important in like the first, not even 20, like the first 15 minutes. Anything on top of that is like absolute freaking gravy, because that gives you, it protects your triangle from being invaded. You have a lot of options and where you can attack from at that point. You took all 3 outer towers. You're trying to take a mid tier 2. This, if you take this mid tier 2 without losing your mid tower, it's going to be absolutely detrimental for the side of the results-oriented thinkers who's engaging on this fight. They're committing quite a bit. They're throwing out a finger. Oh man, Allmother was able to escape, but unfortunately in the backline is Grouty, who's going to go ahead and just absolutely try to kill DeWippa. Out comes the Pit of Malice. Jamokin showing up just in time to see if he can do anything. And oh my lord, Grouty is overcommitted on this. He's surrounded by 4 heroes, unable to pounce away. Oh man, Jamokin with the kill right there. Johnny Magic with the taunt. They missed the Pit of Malice, but they're trying to get this kill. Blade Fury is committed. They're trying to run him down. He has a lot of health. Oh, and he got crits. All right, Dedicated looking at Johnny Magic. Hey, let me see if I can get you too. Oh no, that's Ro. Sorry. Gosh, I'm looking at the wrong names, folks. I'm sorry. Alright, so talk about a good tower defense that was going good and when you're chasing away and then you overextend on that chase and it turns into a really bad tower defense. I understand the greed coming from Slark, but like you have to find that one point where you're like, okay, I overextended or I'm about to overextend. I need to back off from this. Zero throwing out the Mystic Snake, trying to defend this tower. Thank goodness for that multi-shot. And my gosh, they glyphing this up real quick. Dedicated, not giving a care. Frost Shield and the Solar Crest being applied. Gonna go ahead and throw down the Guardian Greaves, if I'm not mistaken, from the looks of things. Nope, that was just a mech. Ooh, Grouty's trying to go ahead and, like I said, he's trying to get that Shadow Blade. He's almost there. They're going to be applying more pressure. Oh, Johnny, he tried to blink on forward with a call, but he got caught just a little bit. Oh, out comes the Chain Frost. It's going to be bouncing just once or twice. Oh, never mind. And there is the Shallow Grave. They have him rooted dead to rights, and they're going to go ahead and get the gaze to make sure he comes running back in. And there is no creeps to do any push, but the Healing Ward is out. I feel like the healing ward is able to go ahead and give enough healing power for Dedicated to just stand there and just whack away while everybody else does too. All right. Not having that. Oh, they did get rid of the mid-tier 1. I think that might have been someone else. I think, let's see here. Got that. Oh, that was Zero. Zero got that, I guess. Anyways. Okay. So with PSGS getting rid of the tier 2 tower, having some control over the triangle, having some vision over there, it gives them enough confidence to go ahead and be like, hey, let's get this. Let's go ahead and get this Roshan, which is a great choice. Oh, but they do know they're getting scouted out right now. Allmother with the quick flare. They're coming in. And they're smoked, yes. They're very, very smoked. In comes the hook shot. They're throwing out the Pit of Malice. Out comes the Firestorm. The Medusa is using the gaze. Has a few people stuck there, but oh, great job with the finger. Oh, they're going to go ahead and try to use the Dark Rift to get out of there. The taunt wasn't... it was useful, but it just wasn't enough to get them separated. Oh, Shackleford using his Chain Frost. Unfortunately, Growdy was able to go ahead and pick up that Aegis. Shallow Grave right there. Jamokin, on the other hand, is showing up. He's like, hey, let me go ahead and kill this person, shall we? He has him slowed down for quite a bit. There is no mana on the Medusa. Blade Fury is being used. Out comes the Earthspike in the back lines and the Pit of Malice to keep that person in check. And that person would be Growdy. And Growdy's going to go ahead and drop the Aegis. They're throwing out the Pit of Malice. They have him stuck right there. All right, they're going to use the Shadow Dance and commit the Dark Pact. Oh, he's trying to go ahead and try to Shadow Dance away, but runs into a Sentry. Well, not a Sentry, but runs... Well, actually, is that a Sentry in the back? Yes, runs into the Sentry, and they drop the dust on top of him. Ooh, Dragon Knight, very, very close to getting an Assault Curios. Throwing down the mech. They have this tier 3 mid tower almost dead to rights, if I'm not mistaken. And they're just throwing out the flare for some harassment right there. It doesn't feel like they have anything to slow him down. The 3-man call. He is hexed up though. Out comes the hook shot. Trying to get some separation from everybody. But when everyone's that close on a choke point, it doesn't feel like that's happening. Out comes the gaze just a little too late. You know, no, they're going to blink on forward on top of an Earth Spike. Oh, man. And they stunned up Johnny Magic. Out comes the Breath Fire. Oh, they're trying to use a finger, but, you know, that Shallow Grave saving him for just the moment. All right, he still does go down. Growdy committing his Dark Pact to go ahead and try to get somebody here. Oh, I mean, the Shadow Dance. But the Dark Pact isn't right there to help him out. They're trying to keep him alive, but he's going to go down anyways. Blade Fury being a lot of help. Johnny Magic with the blink forward and the call. Had 3 of them there, but man, that Chain Frost doing its damage where it's doing. And Johnny Magic will go down. Out comes the Pit of Malice, keeping Zero in place. But Zero trying to live through all of this, and Dedicated just absolutely being a tanky monster, not giving a care. Just chomps on through a lot. And just keeps on moving forward. It feels like this is not going to end well for results-oriented thinkers at this point. They have too much to deal with right now. They have 2 big tanky boys. Allmother with one last hook shot and the cogs as well. Try to keep things separated. Zero trying to walk away from this, but man, they're just focusing her down. And Medusa is out of the fight. No buyback available. Out comes Growdy. Growdy's like, okay, I gotta go ahead and man fight this. He uses the Shadow Blade, moving on forward. He knows and feels like there is... Oh, he breaks the smoke. They do have a sentry there, so it feels like they're going to go ahead and turn around, maybe? Nope. They're going to go ahead and move into a different area of the map. They try to smoke away. Kind of felt like they're trying to smoke away so that way they can, like, turn back into the fight. Not entirely sure what they wanted to do with that smoke, but I think it was more like a disengagement smoke. That top lane is looking pretty delicious for everybody on the side of the Dire. PSGS just needs to go ahead and just like, hey, let's grab this.
is under attack.
So right now it is pretty much a good indicator of like we see how PSGS won. They controlled the matchups. Let's see here. How would I say this? They controlled the matchup really, really well. They knew where their power spike was at. They knew how to deal with a Slark. Oh, Dark Pact. Try to get away from the Pit of Malice. Alright, so Dedicated is just going to keep on chomping through. His Assault Curios 30 minutes prior is really good for him. Alright, Grouty trying to fight. Oh, a 3-man call, but he's hexed up. Out comes the Gaze and the Blade Fury. Out comes a lot of magic damage from the Chain Frost. Johnny Magic with a Shallow Grave. And he's trying to call, but down he goes. Out comes the Omni Slashing, getting rid of the stupid Slark, followed up by the Finger of Death. And my lord, Zro's gonna be stuck in place. He's trying to survive. There goes the stun onto the Dazzle, and Dazzle's like, oh god, I'm doing nothing right now. So they're calling GG at this point. Alright. So, we now know how they won in Game 2. I already stated that this was a 3-game series.
The quest for ultimate glory continues.
Alright. Now, let's see here. Let's go ahead and load up Game 3. And while that's loading up, shouldn't take too much longer.
5 seconds remain. It is Radiant's turn.
Just gonna tweet out real quick. Oops, I forgot to pause it. Alrighty, got that tweeted out and everything. Alright, got that small little break in. Alright, so we do know this is obviously game 3. It's a 1-1 tie at the moment. Let's go ahead and take a look at how the draft is coming out. So far, we got rid of Razor and Ursa. They didn't. So PSGS definitely doesn't want to see either of those heroes. They had problems with those heroes in the first game. They clearly were able to handle what results-oriented thinkers were able to do in the second game. Okay. Okay. So in their minds, results-oriented thinkers went ahead and took away the Dark Will and the Jamokin Juggernaut. So here comes the axe. Let's go ahead and throw away that replay area real quick. Okay, so we have a combination between axe and lich. They opted for the Grimstroke as their first pick, followed up by an Omni Knight. Hello, this is something completely new that I haven't seen in the meta recently. Kind of thinking like what? Okay, let's see here. Google. Let's see here. Gamepedia, real quick. Yeah. Let's see. Right there. Let me take a look at some Dota 2 Pro Tracker real fast. See if I can find anything on Omni Knight at the moment. Again, it is just interesting. So he doesn't seem to be played that often, but if he is, it's most likely in the off lane because like we got Toby, Mind Control, Kazu. Let's see here. Kazu S4 solo 33 ice ice ice. Ice. Huh. Okay. So Omni's been doing not that hot, not that great. Trying to figure out what else. Like, so they increased his base strength from 22 to 24. His movement speed's even more. Increased the Heavenly Grace strength bonus from... so they increased it by 1 extra for each level, except for level 1. They at the base it went from 7 to 8. Aghanim Shard upgrade. Hammer of Purity. I think that's what everyone's going for in the offlane, I guess. Because I see a whole bunch of shards. Shard. No shard for ice. That's ice. Huh. So Hammer of Purity increased base damage from 50 to 60. 50 was too low. It came out as 25 initially. Reduced attack damage as damage from 150 to 115. Okay. Reduced mana cost from 30 to 20 so you can spam it even more. Cooldown reduction. They reduced the cooldown from 6 to 4. Okay. And the level 10 talent from 40 base attack damage increased to 50. Okay. And that was in 7.29, so we haven't seen too much of him in C. But, okay. And of course, I've distracted myself so much from the draft that they banned out Dragon Knight, so they don't want to see DK in the mid, nor Death Prophet or IO. Okay. And in response, PSGS didn't want to see Timbersaw, Viper, or the Nature's Prophet. Intriguing.
5 seconds remain.
Okay. Throwing out the Pugna, dealing with Alina. Let's see. Can we say that this Lina is a 4 or a 2? We do have the 3 in the axe, 5 in the lich. But then again, the lich can be a 4 support for like the first few levels, then turn it into an aggro try for the last few moments of the laning stage.
Radiant must choose.
Aha! A Luna! Why, hello there, Luna. That's pretty wicked sick.
10 seconds remain.
I'm trying to see who would be a good counter right now. I mean, like, in terms of, like, carries, like, against a Luna, I mean, let's see. You do have a few options. Let's see.
It is Radiant's band.
Okay, so they're throwing on an Underlord. Alright, so they want to go ahead and do a last pick kind of situation. Not a last pick, but like just a pick and then a situation like this. That can match up against the Luna, okay. And have a good win rate. Alright, so Faceless Void is having a lot of good success. Medusa has been having very good success. We saw her for the past 2 games. I mean, you haven't banned her out just yet, but I believe that's something you would like to do as PSGS at the last moment. Be like, hey, I'm going to go ahead and ban this out real fast. Because you saw for 2 games in a row, you were able to go ahead and deal with that. Well, if I don't apply logic to this, like, no Terrorblade. You don't want to deal with a Terrorblade. What the? Ah, but then that leads you into a Templar Assassin. Oh man.
5 seconds remain.
Oh, a Bristleback. Huh. Bristleback in this game kind of looks pretty nasty too. Ooh, Venomancer's actually a pretty good option as well. If you want to go crazy and be like, hey, let's run the Venomancer 1. Like, there's a lot of good options. CK's been having some good success in this patch as well. So there's a Phoenix. So if I'm results-oriented thinkers, I'd be like, hey, they did not ban out the Medusa. We need a mid. Medusa's been pretty strong in this patch. Fuck it. Let's go for it. That's my train of thought if I'm results-oriented thinkers.
10
you know.
Seconds.
You know, like, okay, so no Lifestealer, no Terrorblade. You're welcoming an AM into this game, which is fine. The only issue is you kind of face off with a faceless. Oh god.
It's looking spicy.
Oh boy.
Seconds. 5 seconds.
Alright, so if I was to go ahead and to guess anything that's happening in this whole entire mess, I would be guessing Omni Knight's your 1, Grimstroke's your 5, Pugna is your mid, your Underlord and Pudge are going to be in the off lane. You're going to have Pudge run up and down between the off lane and the safe lane to make sure that Pugna can go ahead and have a decent mid lane. Results-oriented thinkers are probably scratching their head going, do we go Medusa? Because that's going to open her up to a Pudge. Instead, they're going to opt for a Puck. Well, I mean, that's a very good counter to the Pudgy. The Pudgy Wudgy. So, Magic Gotti's going to be the 3. Dawippa is going to be playing on the Pudge 4. We have dedicated mid Pugna. And, like I was saying before, we're looking at an Omni Knight 1 with a Grimstroke 5. Johnny Magic is going to be on the Axe. Zro is going to be on the Puck. Allmother will be on the Lena, with Grouty being the wonderful 1 on Luna, and Kenny rounding it out about as the 5.
5 seconds.
You see, this is where I go ahead and be like, hey, if this was live, let's go ahead and throw down some bets. But given that this already has happened and someone in chat is already, well, let's say he was a part of this game. Oh boy. I don't want to know what was going through all of your comms, but I would have been yelling at all of you. It's like, the hell. Because honestly, like, I think your last pick, Bristleback, I think would have been probably another good option. You have CK available. You have a whole slew of options. Well, I don't know the results for this game, so I'm going to be not throwing out bets right now in my channel. Oh boy. I have to think about this for a minute. All right.
Prepare for battle.
You've a mind like a child. Know your place.
I am just flabbergasted. I mean, holy shit. Game 3, you bust out a last pick Pudge.
Just 30 seconds now. As pressure
Wasn't Pudge's set a little different?
remain true.
No smoke. No nothing.
The all-knowing one guides me. The battle begins.
Know your place.
It's looking spicy.
Yep. This is gonna be very, very fun for the side of for the results-oriented thinker. They're already thinking they want the win. They want to secure this one, so they're already throwing a tri lane in the into the safe lane. They want to put a lot of pressure on Jamokin. Jamokin's probably not going to be too pleased when he sees Alina showing up in his lane and goes, here's an LSA for you. Out comes the Purification. I don't think he's going to be able to survive with 3 ranged heroes on top of him. And Rusty Shackleford is probably thinking to himself, how do I help them defend this? It's definitely going to be tricky. I mean, it's more along the lines of like what they need to do together as a team. They need to sort of like not slow this down, but sort of like try to play this back here as much as possible. Try to manipulate the creep wave into their favor and try to avoid this. The second this happens, it's gonna be very, very bad. So I do like the choice from DeWhipper running down to this bottom lane. It's like, okay, out comes the LSA that landed on 2, out comes the Purification to go ahead and keep them alive. They have a lot of things going on with Grouty, and Grouty's like, hey, I have a whole entire double wave on top of me, so let's go ahead and try to get this. Out comes the Stroke of Fate to do a little bit of damage. Too many. Oh boy, the LSA coming out. Too many creeps on top of Grouty. Grouty making a small little tiny mistake, not opting to... Oh, out comes the hook from DeWhippa. And Kenny's like, nope, I'm surviving this. Level 1 hook from the Pudge without any form of backup or control isn't going to be too helpful. Yikes. Oh, another hook attempt and missed on All Mother. So this lane's going to be pretty active. Just from the looks of things. Let's go ahead and take a quick peek up top. Okay, Alright, so from the looks of things, Axe is pretty much in... I wouldn't say in control of the lane, but for sure has a surmountable amount of control. Alright. And everybody is tipping DeWhippa. Frost Blast to go ahead and slow him down just a tad bit. Over in the mid lane. If we... let me see. Hold on 1 second. Let me see if there's any... Okay, let's just go over the mid lane. Alright, we see the last hits and the denies. Right now, Zro and Pugnar are having quite a bit of a battle. So, oh, up top. We have the Battle Hunger absolutely making, you know, Magic Gotti just unhappy at the moment. And he ran out of all of his regen against this Axe. Alright. Oh, Zro really low on health. He's trying to kill Dedicated. He does have a bottle. He can aggressively go for this. Opts to go ahead and walk away. See if he can get his 3-minute rune real fast. Kind of seems like that's to be the case. Looks like Magic Gotti's going to be like, hey, I'm going to go ahead and just stack camps here for myself. Which is something that he needs to do. Alright, the water rune is available for the bottle. Ah, they did get a kill on bottom. Congrats. Gotti staying in lane. Oh, a water rune and a bottle. Hello. So, Dedicated doesn't seem to be in too much of a terrible position at the moment. They're able to go ahead and throw down another ward. Good investment. Huh. Man, that illusion orb is just... that thing hurts. 3 points into it. Ouch. Alright, so Grouty seems to be in an okay position. I don't see what's coming out to him just yet. They're throwing out the Stroke of Fate to slow him down. Purification is there, the LSA to stun him up. They do have the Sinister Gaze available? No, they do not. But they throw out a Frost Blast, missing with the hook. Out comes another Stroke of Fate, and they're able to go ahead and snipe down the Luna. And Luna had Wraith Bands on the Courier. So the Courier is going to be sitting right there waiting for the Luna to come back, and Grouty's going to be a little grumpy. Man, talk about a good snipe right there. Wonderful job from Shackleford. Jamokin still moving forward. Not entirely sure what his plan is going to be, but Armlet of Mordrigan seems to be on the mind. Kind of feel like that's a good item, but at the same time, I kind of feel like maybe a Solar Crest would be also ideal as well.
There is little hope for Dire's middle tower.
Okay, so he's going to go ahead and drag that creep wave right in front of his lane. You know, leaving the Cardi over here to do damage to the tower if he can. And that's a good amount of damage that's happening. So, with all the rotations that happen in the mid lane, if, you know, the puck had to be forced back to his fountain, Pugna's going to be doing a rotation up top from the looks of things. Does have a regen available. Johnny Magic moving back for a little bit. Oh. Aha. Okay, cool. Throwing down another ward already. Nice. Okay. Intriguing. Really taking advantage of his regen rune. Magic Gotti and Dedicated working together, trying to whittle down this whole entire tower, but oh no, Dedicated misses the he misses the creep wave. That could have really opened up things for them. Okay. So they're going to be throwing down Nether Blast. They're leaving Jamokin on bottom all by himself at 3-on-1 situation. Johnny Magic trying to be aggressive turns around from his Decrepify and just like, I'm gonna run away here. Oh, out comes the hook from DeWippa and gets his own creep. Alright, but you know, this Nether Blast trying to take care of this creep wave very slowly but surely. Johnny Magic trying to move forward, trying to see if he can get anybody trapped in his call, but nope. And Kenny trying to keep himself out of position from being murdered. Oh man, this is what you kind of sort of want to do. You know, you want to go ahead and cut the lane the best that you can and try to put some pressure on this tower. If there's no Vanguard on the axe, which there isn't any, it's kind of like a very good thing of a sign, you know. Oh, there's the call. He barely got him taunted. Johnny Magic doing his thing. Out comes the Decrepify and another blast. Here's a Sinister Gaze. DeWippa right there waiting for his opportunity for his hook. He's able to go ahead and get it. The Frost Shield not being useful at all. Great timing from DeWippa to go ahead and secure that kill on the axe. Over here on the bottom lane, though, we got, you know, Jamokin and Grouty staring off at each other, being like, hey, I want this farm. Oh, on Mother. It's going to be TPing top. Guess we got to go back up there. No, nothing so far. Oh. It looks like Zero is showing up for this defense right here. The Frost Shield is being applied. Out comes the Illusionary Orb. They're going to go ahead and swap places. Out comes the Waning Rift. Not enough mana to use the Dream Coil. Miscalculation there. LSA lands on Gotti, but Gotti's like, hey, I'm still standing right here. Throws out a little bit of a pit of a malice. You could say it's a little bit of pity. Oh, and threads the needle right there. And oh my gosh, Kenny almost dies almost immediately. On the other hand, Shackleford does. So he's going to go ahead and throw down at least one Soulbind. Out comes the Dream Coil. We do have a Dedicated. Now comes the Illusory Orb and not doing much right there. Just seems like to be a scouting mission of sorts. But in the bottom lane, I'm not going to say Jamokin bullied Grouty out of lane, even though that's what it kind of looks like. But Grouty's going to opt to go ahead and jungle into the triangle and find the better farm, I guess. But there's so much that he needs to keep in mind. Like, you need to keep this lane alive the best you can without losing a tower. You're just waiting for your axe to come online to go ahead and swap lanes. Because, oh, he does have the Hood of Defiance there. Okay, he's going to run at Dedicated. That Decrepify just being absolutely... oof. Absolutely. It just ruins your plans. All Mother, hiding. Gonna make a small little move to get away. Doesn't feel like he wants to go ahead and challenge Dedicated just yet. Arcane Rings right there. They're gonna go ahead and make the move now. And DeWippa showing up right in front of this Lena. Lena dropping the LSA, landing a bit on 2. She does fall, and so does the Lich. And oh my, this axe is in a lot of trouble, and there's no way of saving him. Johnny Magic, good night. Kenny gone, and the poor Lena as well. Wow, what looked like to be an okay engagement turned into a massive nightmare, and I think that has to deal with the fact that they dropped another ward, and they said, hey, let's go ahead and do this anyways. This tower seems to be going down slowly.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's
You know, I mean, like, the amount of pressure that Jamokin is applying to the bottom lane is pretty impressive given that there's a Luna right there. And, you know, Grouty's protecting that lane, running back and forth between the camps and the tower, you know, and throwing. And, oh, they're going to go ahead and glyph up the creeps right there so they can go ahead and challenge this tower. Not only that, we have a quick TP. Oh, not a quick TP. Kenny's right there with Johnny Magic, Allmother on the side. They seem like they want to go ahead, and they are, and doing this really quick. Oh, flank on the back lines. Out comes the Soulbind. There is a Dream Coil. They're going to go ahead and land the Pit of Malice onto two of them. Oh my gosh, that Nether Ward absolutely decimating that poor Kenny. Kenny's like, I didn't learn the first time. I'm going to go ahead and get murdered a second time. Oh boy. So they're going to go ahead and disengage from this fight. They got, oh, they did not get the tier 1 tower that they wanted. So let's see here. Dewippa, Jamokin, and everybody else is just going to move on forward and see what they can get out of this whole entire pressure. Throwing out the hook prematurely because he was trying to predict Johnny Magic running right into it. Oh man, this Nether Blast has just been so great to see. They're going to be invading into the triangle. They know the Luna's been just absolutely farming over here. Oh, they see a whole lot of stacks. They want to get this. Ooh, throwing down the Pit of Malice. They got the hook onto this puck, but the LSA saving. Grouty trying to throw out everything they possibly can. Out comes the ultimate from the Omni Knight. Oh man, they're able to get the Luna, and Johnny Muscle, he's going to go ahead and try to... Oh my god, the Dream Coil onto 4 heroes. They could not get the Dark Rift out of there just in time. Oh no, but Shackleford's like, F this. I'm chucking everything that I got here. And he's going to go down. 4 for 1 core. Oh Lord. I would not be happy if I'm PSGS, because that whole entire fight was going good and everything went sideways at the last second. That Guardian Angel was timed almost nearly flawlessly perfect. If it was, I think they could have gotten the whole entire team fight into their favor. That Dream Coil, that you know, Johnny Magic turned into Johnny Muscle at that moment. He's like, hey, I'm calling everyone here. I have 3 heroes. They're going to be dying to my spin. And that was such a great call. That turned that fight around so easily, so quickly. Instead of being team wipe, they turned it into a team gain. Yeah, you know, they don't call him Johnny Muscle for nothing. He needs all that gains. Oh, he's going to be calling one more time. Let's see if Dewippa can get that hook. Oh, barely out of range, and Grouty's just right there on the side saying to himself, I'm going to go ahead and quickly get this farm right under their noses. And let's see if Magic Gotti can go ahead and do some magic on this lane. See if they can get this tower, is what I'm trying to say. Kenny's on the side just like, hey, hopefully I don't die to the freaking Pugna again. Throwing down some sentries. There's some Firestorm action going. Dewippa's moving forward a little bit. Not too much. Nothing much going on. You know, casual circlet to keep me alive a little bit longer. Ooh, Armlet is finally finished. So they're going to go for the Sanjin Yasha build with the Aghanim Shard. So it's either a quick rush for the Aghanim Shard or try to build a SNY almost immediately. I do like the choice from results-oriented thinkers by throwing down this ward in the middle earlier in the fights. Well, early in the pushing, or at least attempt for that mid tower, because of that was something that they needed to do. Well, otherwise, on the other hand, they have 2 people Dream Cold at the moment. The Guardian Angel is out, but they're going to go ahead and Dark Rift away. And poor Dewippa, he's going to be... Well, every other Pudge does. It's like, hey, I'm going to go ahead and hook or do something and then get murdered. You know, he's just a big punching bag at this point. But in the mid lane, Dedicated's not going to go ahead and allow this to be go unpunished. He's going to go ahead and try to put a severe amount of pressure onto this tier 2 tower. Try to force something of a reaction out of the results-oriented thinkers. Because right now, they're going to be trading a tier 2 for a tier 1 if they keep this up. Oh, Growdy moving forward. The LSA dropping the Nether Ward. Here comes the Decrepify. But he decrepifies himself under an Eclipse. Well, they're going to go ahead and throw the Phantom Embrace to silence up Johnny Magic. Out comes the Pit of Malice. Here's the Stroke of Fate to keep him away from this tower just for a little bit. Kenny's on the side here looking for that opportunity to throw that Chain Frost or that Sinister Gaze. Johnny Magic throwing some backup right there as well for Kenny. Oh, here's the blink forward onto Dewippa. Here comes the Pit of Malice. There's the Dream Coil being used. The LSA followed up by the Laguna Blade. They try to use the Calling Blade, but he's still alive. Out comes the Stroke of Fate. Here comes the hook and the Dismember, and down goes Johnny Magic. He has no muscle in this fight, and away she goes. Kenny out of this fight as well. There's all 5 right here from PSGS. They all responded in kind, and they're looking for a little bit of retribution for, hey, let's go ahead and try to take your tower, but no, we're going to go ahead and take your tier 2. And that's what happens. No Luna to be seen in any of this. She has the Aghanims queued up. The tier 2 mid tower is down. Tier 1 on the bottom lane is their saving grace at the moment, because if that was missing, I think they are going to be going for a lot more than just the top tier 2. Because that means they would have been looking for a complete map control. Alright, I think Jamokin was saying, hey, let's murder this top tier 2 tower as well. Because I think that's what's on their mind, is obviously map control at this point. They have a level 13 Jamokin, a level 12 dedicated. So let's take a look at net worth. Oh my. I mean, like, I'm really late on the net worth here for the last hits and everything. I was just focused on trying to make calls. Oh, they have it smoked up. They break in the smoke. DeWhipper's like, oh god, I have everybody on top of me. And DeWhipper was lucky enough that Johnny Magic was unable to go ahead and use a call, but there's a Dream Coil onto Jamokin, and the hook to get this LSA Luna out of the way. The Eclipse is being dropped. Oh, the buyback from Lena coming on in. They have a lot of action going on onto Jamokin. Jamokin being saved at the last moment with the hook. The illusionary orb not doing much other than scouting in this fight. Whoo! All 5 of your heroes are alive. No one's dead. You were able to get a kill onto Johnny Magic, and the poor Allmother had to buy back into this fight to try to help defend this tower up for the tier 2, and it's not going to do much given that they're almost all healed up and relatively okay to go ahead and do round 2 on this. They're throwing down the Frost Shield to protect Johnny Magic with a quick blink and a quick hook out of the situation. The Pit of Malice is keeping Johnny Magic here. Here comes the Life Drain. They're throwing out the Illusory Orb. There's the LSA onto Dedicated. Dedicated moving back with the Glimmer Cape being used. They're throwing down a Sentry to make sure where they can find him. They're throwing out 1. The hook misses onto 4 and somehow threads the needle on 4 of them. Again, like, what kind of silliness is this? The hooks are missing. Oh man, Dedicated is just trying to find a good place to throw down his Nether Ward. I mean, like, well, he actually probably threw it down already and it got murdered. So he's trying to find a, I don't know, it's like, he's just trying to avoid a lot of problems and issues. And Magicotti's doing a great job just being the frontliner of this team right now, trying to be the great protector that he is, right next to Dedicated. So if something like this happens to him, he can go down, throw a Pit of Malice. Out comes a Dream Coil. He's stuck right there. There's the Decrepify. They're going to go use the Sinister Gaze. Out comes another Blast, and they have separated a lot of the team right now because Allmother is stuck, and right there and then there, out comes the Inkswell to keep Growdy in place, and right there shows up Jamokin just in time to smack away. But oh my, the call misses. Oh, the Pit of Malice is right there. They're going to go ahead and use the armlet toggles, trying to see if they can keep Jamoken alive, which is most likely going to be the case. They're going to go ahead and Dark Rift back to base, if I'm not mistaken, from the looks of things. And they're able to go ahead and do so. Oh gosh, I love that dismember trick. Ooh. What was turning into something? And oh my gosh, I completely forgot. That was a die back onto the Lena. So, oh my. I mean, if you're a Lena right now, you have to be really, really upset. You're probably telling Kenny, dude, you're now the 4. You're now the 4. Because honestly, like, what could I do? I was the 4, and I'm getting killed. I had to buy back. I think right now you kind of sort of have to sacrifice your game and turn into a 5. Get Kenny to do something more. You know, I mean, maybe they're still heavily invested in trying to make sure that she can do something. I don't know. But anyways, with all of that being said, you're looking at this takedown of the Roshan. Roche flailing his arms in the air going, I'm being dismembered. Oh, man. And right now they're doing this right under the noses of results-oriented thinkers. They don't see this. No wards over the Roshan. Easy money, easy kill. Double damage being super helpful right now. They have the Sanj onto Omni Knight. We're past the 20-minute mark. We're looking for... Oh. He did get the Hammer Purity. Oh, and he landed the hook. He got the hook into the dismember and got the kill onto Kenny. Oh, great pick off for the side of PSGS. They're going to be moving in. And can they deward this area? They're moving in for their tier 2. They really want it. And dedicated slowly but surely like, hey, I'm going to go ahead and whittle away at this tower. But I think the backdoor protection is going to protect it for a bit, you know? So in order to get around that, he's going to go ahead and cut the lane. Another blast is going to be right there for another second, so he can drop one right on top of it. There you go. They're going to go ahead and trade this tier 2 for this tier 1. They glyphed up just for a little bit. No glyph available for the Radiant side on PSGS. So the results-oriented thinkers, they got to think of a way or a strategy to turn this game around so they can go ahead and win. But right now, it feels like PSGS has full control of this game behind the driver's wheel and try to drive it into the lane of victory. God damn it, I can't even speak at all today. I'm having one of those mornings where it's like, brain trying to wake up and brain don't want to wake up. Okay. So not too long of a break here. This too shall pass. So like, here's the thing, right? You got a whole entire 2 people smoked up. And your Lena has a haste rune, okay. Is smoked up with them. You're looking at this situation. DeWippa is in great position to go ahead and break the smoke. Who, by chance, also has a courier on the way, but that courier is going to get murdered if it shows up. Alright, so let's see how this high ground defense plays out. I am guessing not good for both sides of the team. Because they're going to get smacked on and flanked on from the side right here. All right, here's the blink forward. Oh, they missed Jamokin, but they got one. Out comes the Eclipse. They're getting a lot of damage down. Oh my gosh, this Lich is not happy so far. That Glimmer Cape keeping them alive. But man, oh no. Down goes Zro. Zro being... Oh, the key to this fight didn't even use Dream Coil. And oh no, the Luna is also dead as well. Ay, ay, ay. This high ground defense is looking pretty awful. Oh, but they got a two-man call right now. Can they turn something around? No, they can't. The LSA landing, unable to do anything. They have 3 buybacks available. All Mother already died back once. She can't get out of this twice. Oh, they're going to go ahead and just annihilate this tier 3 tower. Try to get rid of all of these Raxes in front of them. And so far, PSGS is driving smoothly at this point of the stage of this game. They have 4 buybacks now available for the side of results-oriented thinkers. They need to go ahead and find themselves an opportunity, a way out of this mess, and just try to wrangle this back into their control. I'm not seeing 4. Where's the 5th? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, cool. All right. So PSGS has a multitude of choices right now. They can go ahead and go towards the bottom area and push in that lane and put a lot of pressure onto this middle lane. Okay. If they play like what they're doing right now, 4-on-1, they're okay, because right now they're trying to spread out to be like a cut, like a choke point, so to speak. Oh, it feels like Magic Gotti is going to be coming back. He's going to go ahead and come back, but again, they're in the same position like they are last time. Here comes the blink forward. All right, they had a few people all called up right there. The hook misses. The Dream Coil is applied. Oh man, this axe doesn't feel like he's going to be able to survive much here, because Jamokin's just running through. Out comes the Chain Frost, not doing any damage to anything in sight. The BKB on dedicated is just helping him just power on through. Jamokin has Aegis available. In comes the Eclipse from Grouty. Grouty trying to right click anything in sight. The Phantom Embrace is on. The Stroke of Fate misses, and so does the Ink Swell, but the blink forward and the call from the axe is able to do something. Who gets hooked right back in, and on the other side of the map, Grouty and the Puck and Zro trying to figure out a way to stop Jamokin, and Jamokin's like, I'm gonna shrug everything off. His Aegis is already claimed, but he still doesn't care. Oh, another blink forward from Johnny Magic trying to show his muscle in this game. Oh, and a perfect 3-man Pit of Malice and the Dismember. They're going to go ahead and take out 3 members of Results-Oriented Thinker, make that 4. And here comes 1 buyback. Can they convince the other 2 members to buy on back? Mother again with another dieback in this game. And it's 2 buybacks, and that's pretty impressive. To go ahead and farm up everything you can and to die back. Oh, and a quick Dismember and a hook from DeWippa to go ahead and make that a dieback and another tip. And this is game over for the results-oriented thinkers. They're tapping out. They're calling GG. Ooh. Wee. By golly, gee. They made that lineup work. On paper, it should have not worked. So, PSGS went ahead and took the series 2-1 in a 3-game set between themselves and the results-oriented thinkers. I mean, like, my hat's off to results-oriented thinkers. You guys put up one hell of a fight. Game 1 was one of those things that you're just like, holy hell, everything's going your way. You're just cruising. You look at the next 2 games and you're thinking to yourself, man, we're able to go ahead and put up a good fight. And that was absolutely what they did. They put up a great fight. in more ways than one. They're able to go ahead and move on through and put up a wonderful 3-game series and set, but PSGS was able to go ahead and outmaneuver them in game 3 and just absolutely just outplayed results-oriented thinkers. And they knew all the counters that they had to put down. The key to this game was the Pugna and Dedicated. Dedicated was doing the great rotations against Johnny Magic, who tried to flex his muscle and did nothing whatsoever. Allmother was trying their best to go ahead and be as effective as possible, landing great LSAs. They were not bad. They were just great. And the Whipper just absolutely ruining and creating this whole entire gap for his team and results-oriented thinkers, where it split the fight into two. And that's what they needed to do. And Jamokin was able to go ahead and just run at them for no reason whatsoever, and was able to just dish out some pain. You know, it was absolutely fun to see some weird Dota at its best, and was able to go ahead and pull it off the way it did. So that ends my coverage for today. I want to say thank you to everybody who showed up. That was a fun little 3-game series. I am going to be covering Pot of Greed tomorrow, if I am not mistaken. Okay. It's going to be on a Friday, and I believe it's going to be at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you know what, guys? If you have the time to go ahead and see PSGS play, go ahead and do so. Check them out. They're probably playing... you know what? Let me check them out. Let me give you guys some info here. Hold on. Let me see here. Where's the info for them? Let's see here. Oh, okay. It's going to be Monday. All right. And it's going to be against Pet Zoo Rejects on Monday. All right. So it's going to be on Monday, Pet Zoo Rejects. Go ahead and check that game out. I'm going to be casting tomorrow for Pot of Greed. They're going to be facing against Team Ember. It's going to be 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to watch a game today, all right, from the Pot of Sins Discord, you can go ahead and check them out. They also have a store selling some stuff, and it's going to be casted by Staged today with Pot of Sloth versus WIB Prodigy. All right, so go ahead and check them out for a little bit. And that's going to be for today. And if there's anything else, I should be able to go ahead and tweet that out if I'm going to be available for any casts later today or later sometime this week. All right. My name's Artifazel. Thank you for stopping by, and thank you for all the support that you guys have been giving me. It means a lot, and I do appreciate it. Okay, so I'll see you guys later. Have a good night. Have a good day. Have a good morning. Take care of yourselves, and please, for the love of God, keep wearing a mask, folks. Bye.